go ahead and start. All right. We're on freaking episode 26 now. Let's do it. Last time you guys mainly got into a big fight with the Serpent Folk cult down in the pit. That took you guys a while. You ended up knocking out and capturing Adamar, who had been, unbeknownst to you guys, put through a magic ritual that pretty much put him under the full control of the cult leader, the Serpent Cult specifically. And also turned out he was a were-rat. But you guys brought him back alive. You were treated for lycanthropy. Those of you who are bit, just to be safe, the church is happy to help with that. And after clearing out the floor, you guys did a number of things. You guys researched that weird contraption room behind the giant stone gears in the dungeon, and it determined that it was some form of genie craft, and working out ways to use that to your advantage and have a genie in there. You also continued your research on Lyra LaRue, which is developing pretty quickly. You guys got some interesting background lore. That not a lot of people know this in this world, but that Thassalon didn't start out with Rune Lords and Sin Magic. It started out with Emperor Jin and the Seven Virtues, which were corrupted into the Seven Sins, which does make Lyra LaRue's 8th Rune Lord shtick a little bit different. She's the only one that didn't start as a virtue. She started as a sin, and even decried Emperor Jin for, like, being a fool. It was like, well, if you had just fucking used divination magic, then you maybe would have seen that your, like, lieutenants were gonna stab you in the back. You guys have information that there's that, like, Midnight Milk farm down in the pit. You know, there is the possibility of this, like, ghoul doom on Sandpoint, where ghouls were, like, you saw in the ghost stone running through the streets, like, both breathing and bringing with them this strange green mist that seemed to be, like, killing people as it came. Incredibly dangerous. From your... Here, I'm going to jump us over to the floor of the dungeon y'all were just on. The Clockworks. Come on. Roll 20. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. If you gotta look around with, like, the grayed out explore mode, you know, there are a couple ways, a couple different staircases around here. You could just keep going straight down the pit, but deeper in you must go to figure out this ghoul nonsense. Not to mention trying to find and destroy the spores for Yzalaroon, the, like, mushroom queen over here. There have also been strange sightings, a red hawk seen in the pit, kind of moving weird pulsing green lights down there as well. And indeed there is, you received a note that Red was going deeper in the pit, and that things were getting weird down there. Not to mention the rival adventuring party being led, as you now know, by a intellect devourer. They left a couple folks behind. I mean, you guys captured Adamar. You guys know that Churtis Jahid was, like, corrupted by mushrooms or spores or something. You freed Arica Averton to go back to town. She'd been captured as, like, a songbird by a crazy Naga creature. But your main enemies escaped deeper into the dungeon. That's about it. Any questions on any of that?
One thing we will need to do is I think before we venture back in, because like we've come back upstairs to level up and do the research and stuff.
Oh, and you
We
guys
do
did
need
level
to
up. That
go,
is true.
but we will need to. We got a whole boatload of stuff to sell.
You are not wrong. You can pretty much sell all of it at Sandpoint. This is a mercantile town. I do not have the full list of all the loot you guys have accrued.
Yeah, well, we have a crap
Um,
ton, so JB and I were going over it. So between the 8 fancy pole arms we picked up and the
yep.
one, actually, I still need to finish. Those alone, he mathed it out, are come out to a grand total of 1,547 gold pieces. We also have, let's see, a greater ring of acid. Oh, hell with it. I'm just gonna post this in the loot chat.
Bet. And if anyone has any questions about last time, you can hit me with it.
Yeah, I will freely admit I have not had much time to completely work up
I mean, even if you
the
just
costs for all the
sell the how much
8
did you
pole
say
arms
the
and the
pole arms was?
1,547. And then we still also have about another 500, a little over 500 gold and trade goods alone.
1,547 plus treasure items which sell for full.
I'm
Are
trying to
you
remember because
guys
JB.
selling the Jade Bauble Talisman? Just because we have ready prices for these, so it's easier. The Jade Bauble Talisman, the Greater Ring of Acid Resistance, or the Linguist Dictionary? Just because we have prices of those available right now, so it's easy to.
What does the Jade Bauble do?
Here, I'll pop it back up for you guys. One sec. Let me go to my treasure tab. Jade. It's a talisman which are one-use items. Uh, Basically, it like draws everyone's attention in. Enemies within reach of the weapon are flat-footed. Could be like an auto flat-foot for the rogue. If you need to like trigger solo sneak attack. Would be my first thought.
That's something you'd be interested in, Marcus?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can grab the bauble then if you want to remove that off the list, James.
Okay. Cool.
Does anyone want the Ring of Greater Acid Resistance? It just gives you 10 acid resistance. Pretty good.
Trying to remember because JB and I were talking, and I can't remember if he. I know he said he wanted a specific rune for his sword if we could afford it. I think he wants a greater striking rune. He said, "Oh yeah, here it is." He's at 331 out of 1065 for a greater striking rune. I know I have an item I'd like to work on, but I don't have enough to work on it myself. What does everybody? Does anybody else have specific items on their shopping list?
Yeah, I'm getting somewhat close, and by somewhat close, I mean about. Oh no, I'm not getting somewhat close. Never mind. I'm about 1,000 gold away still.
Okay, well, for what it's worth, the pole arms plus those treasure items at the end of your list, James, is 2,207. So that would be 441 gold and 4 silver per person.
Double check our math here.
If you want to like cross those.
Yeah, out of the totals for weapons, runes, sold all of 1,540. So you said 2,200 and I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2,207. That's
Okay,
why I included the treasure items at the end of your list.
Yeah.
which
So then
split by
split.
5 is, I'll put it in the Roll20 chat, but it's 441 gold, 4 silver pieces. That still leaves you guys
I
some
am
stuff to
now-
sell later, but
Only 400 gold away from what I'm waiting for.
it's a pretty big jump.
Yeah. I will say it's going to be nice, though, because it's my upgraded gate attenuator, so it makes my impulse attack modifier +2, and then it also gives me new and better spells that I can cast with it.
Ben, you said 447.
I can see why that would
I'm
be
sorry.
pricey.
Yeah. So instead of Gust of Wind and Dehydrate, I'm going to get Pressure Zone and Flames of Ego,
Ooh,
which are
interesting.
5th rank spells. So
Nice. Oh yeah. Sorry. What were you saying, James?
It was 447. You said. I'm sorry. My brain is mushed
I,
today.
I put it in the chat. It's in
thank you.
Roll20. It's 441 GP and 4 silver pieces per person. If we don't want to do the rest of the math now, I feel like that's a good amount to just pass out to everybody.
Yeah, I'm about 400 short because I would like to get. I'll have to actually. Let me do some math real quick. I'm trying to get. So Ben, this is a weird rules interaction. Is I can get a +2 hand wrap of Mighty Blows. The problem is all the prices they have all for the striking rune, which I can get the fundamental +2 to work while I'm a wild shaped, but the striking does not, which makes sense because that would be broken with a Tyrannosaurus. So I'm trying to figure out how much exactly I need in order to buy a simple +2 one.
How much is the
Weapon potency ruse, and I think I need 935 gold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
how
I think
far away are you from that?
400.
Do you want me to give you the 400?
Nah, I mean, for me, it's only I would rather almost you get your thing because you use that all the freaking time. Mine is just when I'm shapeshifted.
Alright, I'll wait then.
Um,
I guess I did want to ask. I know I probably
Yeah,
asked
hit me
before,
with
but
it.
what is the going rate for moderate healing potion?
Ooh, give me one sec. Let me check the. I do have a lot of the books, so if you guys look in the compendium, you should be able to pull up a lot of things in that tab of Roll20.
Gotcha.
When in doubt, just because it should be. If it's not, someone let me know. But it should be sharing all of the books that I own as the GM to you guys, so you can check things. It is 50 gold pieces for moderate.
All right, cool. Tell you what, I'm gonna get stuck up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab 10 of those then.
Holy shit! For 500.
Yay! Hey, I got the gold to spend, and it's like you're good at healing me, but I don't want to have to, like 100% depend on that.
all right. I'm gonna take a few minutes. I'll start Ben while we're doing other things. I'll start working through the other items. Oh, wait a second. Let me check something here. Go ahead. I'm doing some bookkeeping here.
Okay.
Okay, so that was correct.
Any other things that people are buying for sure?
So what does the linguist dictionary do again? I'm sorry, Ben.
Hold on, I'll pop it up for you. No, you're good. You're good. Here you go. It's like a spell tome, like a grimoire. So basically, if you guys aren't casting spells from books,
Right.
it's kind of
None of us can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
none
I
of
think
us
you
can
should
use
just
it,
sell
so-
it.
Yeah, let's sell that. So for half
So
price, divided,
325 divided by 5.
each get another 65 gold piece. All right, take care of that. Do we think Roland would want the greater ring of acid resistance? I feel like anything to make him tankier is worthwhile, but I don't.
Yeah, I think he probably would.
Someone should have it, probably. It just seems kind of universally good on someone in the front.
Yeah, I think Ben. Let's give that to Roland.
What? Which one? Sorry.
The Greater Ring of Acid Resistance.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta pull up his sheet because I'm gonna be playing him for today.
Don't forget to give him a share of the gold too.
I posted it in chat. I don't know why I even posted it. I should just add it. I'm being a fucking idiot. I'll add it in a second.
I'll start. We still have the one cultist count. I'll start working through the other items, and we can decide. Yeah, I imagine we're gonna want to sell most of this stuff. So
The reason we have the cultist cowl is we got the better one, so I switched them out.
yeah, did anybody else want the original one?
I already have a hat.
What's Ball trying to get?
He wants a.
He's got a +2 greater striking thing. He wants, or +2 striking. Sorry, he wants greater striking.
Yeah, he wants the greater
Yeah.
striking. I
How
think
much
he
is
needs
greater
1065.
striking?
1065, I
Okay,
believe.
he's at 837 right now. Shopping.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't think any of the rest of us really have much use for the cultist owl, so I'm good if we want to go ahead and sell that.
Which one?
The regular cultist cowl.
All right, what's the price on that?
It's 60, so everybody would get 6 gold pieces for it.
Okay, everybody add another 6. I want you guys to know I have the goodest boy next to me. I have the Cyber Mastiff miniature.
Nice.
So,
Nix, how much more do you need to get your gate attenuator? After the 65 and the other stuff.
Nix, you got how much gold you need?
Sorry, I was getting stuff together. I would need another 323 gold.
Alright. I'll go ahead and front it for you, and then...
No. That's... I'll wait.
We
It's
should-
fine.
We should get... Like, no. You use your gate attenuator for literally everything. I'm okay waiting on getting...
It doesn't
a
improve
slightly
my
better-
DCs.
No, but you get better spells.
Okay, fine.
So 320...
3.
how much is it? 323? Alright.
Alright, I owe you 323.
Yeah, just help me, like I said, just help me get the other thing later and we're good.
Alright. We can sell the initial gate attenuator if you want.
That's up to you.
I mean, what else are you gonna use it for? Like,
Well, I could use it for its level 1 spells.
can you wear both at once? Feels like it's the same.
Doesn't say you can't.
It's weird. What category of item is it?
Invested magical.
So it's like slotless then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you want to say I can't, that's fine.
I feel like maybe you'd have to like swap between them, which might cost an action or something. I feel like there's at least something you'd have to do differently. Yeah,
I mean,
I'd
I'm
probably say like it
fine
takes
selling
an
it.
additional
6
action to like change which one you're focusing your power through.
Oh, then yeah, I'll keep it because there are times when I'm not in combat that I want to have Gust of Wind.
Yeah, I
So.
think out of combat for sure, like no real penalty because like you have infinite time at that point.
Yeah,
I think if you're
Right.
in combat and need to do it for whatever reason, then it's probably an additional action.
Cool.
I feel like that'll probably not be busted and bite me in the ass. We'll find out.
Now then, I am going to be stuck updating my formulas for a bit. So.
Have fun.
All right, let me. All right, Roland will keep saving up. I don't want to spend any of his gold without him, so I'm not going to spend it.
Yeah, I mean, he was very specific. He wants to spend it on the
Just
Greater
that.
Striking Rune. So he said, how much is gold is he at?
He's at 843, so he's still like a little less than 200 away.
Honestly, I could front him the remainder.
That's up to you. Let me see.
Again, I would rather have you two. It's like
How much did you
don't
say
get me
it
wrong.
was?
He says it's a total of 1065.
Okay. So you would need to front him 222. What a great number.
Oh, he here.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
Sort of.
You cut out a little bit.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Oh, now I
Now
can.
we can.
That's better.
Okay.
I'm at the moment. I am bankrolling you and Nyx. It looks like.
Oh, okay. Are you adding on the that rune for me?
Yeah, that's what we're
so
working on right now.
Yeah, so 222. I'll go ahead and spend it and go down to 60 gold. So I will be bankrupt. I won't get the hand wraps anytime soon. But I think better that Nyx and Roland get something they will use continuously over something I will use occasionally.
Yeah. So my regular swings will do 3d12 plus whatever, and the vicious goes up to 5d12 now.
Yep. I'm working on changing it right now.
And I'll work up prices for the rest of it, and we can sell it next time we
So
sell stuff.
regular hand does 3d12. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the greater goes up by 2. That's foul and vicious strike.
Yeah,
5d12.
vicious swing. I think we just hit level 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So at 10th level, vicious goes up to 2d12 or 2 additional damage die per swing.
Okay, so it would be 4, so it'd be up to 5 then.
Yep.
All right, I have changed those inputs.
Awesome.
All right. I mean, I feel like the only real decision right now is basically, do you go to the pit and how do you get down to the next floor? Or are you spending an additional day to try to like research some stuff up here? Or doing genie stuff are kind of like the three big choices in my mind. Feel free to throw some other choices at me.
I don't think the junior stuff will take that long.
Could do the genie.
On the way to the next floor.
That's true. That would be a useful ally. Oh, we've only spent one night resting so far.
Yeah.
Do we just say we're back at full health? Because like between my healing and
Yeah, I think
rest and
we can say you're at full health. That's fine.
all right.
I'm gonna drag you guys to the room with the big stone gears. Alright, and we're working on the genie craft room. Alright, I'm gonna read the description again just so you can get a sense of it. Excuse me. A bewildering array of gears, rods, pistons, springs, and coils twist, churn, and grind along the walls of this oddly shaped room. To the south, nestled between a 5-foot diameter and a 10-foot diameter gear set on opposing walls, 4 blue metal levers protrude from the wall. Rotating stone pillars covered with smaller gears spin and grind down the room's center line. To the east, several long strips of waxed leather spin around rods in a small maze along the walls, wrapping over and under each other. The constant movement of these various parts fills the room with a grinding cacophony.
So the genie was stuck in the gear.
That is what you presume,
Okay.
that it could be some way of trapping a genie. On all your successes, I would say looking into this room, you're pretty sure that the levers could be manipulated to speed up, slow down, or even, like, halt the gears. Presumably, like, not touched since this machine was set in motion, but probably used for, like, initial stress testing of the machine.
Real closer, there's just like a genie's lamp caught in the gears.
There's no, like, actual lamp in there. The mechanism
I know.
might, like... Oh, okay.
Either way, I'm gonna log off for now. I'm just pulling into work now.
You're good, man.
Take care.
Fortunately, I'm gonna be busy until August, like mid-August with this.
Well, we will keep you appraised, and then some of us will probably see you in person in August, so that'll be fun.
Just
Oh,
keep
yeah?
using Roland as a meat shield and occasionally have him swing at things.
Like, if I have to pilot any character, I'd rather it be the fighter, so I have less to think about while I pilot enemies. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, see you guys later.
See you later, man. I think you would know that, like, you know these things about the gears here. If you want to make, you would know, like, you're not really at risk of releasing the genie just from being in the room. So if you guys want to head in and, like, do another little perception check or a crafting check around here. I'm gonna put
There was a
roll in.
reason. Do you guys remember what it was?
Say that again?
I took Petrin as my language because I got more intelligence. Do you guys remember why I did that?
That was the
Because
language
you
of
were
the genie.
you were theorizing that this would be a Petrin is Terran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were theorizing that most likely a genie in this in this facility and with all this stuff would likely be a genie native to the plane of Earth.
Okay, that makes sense.
Gangini on a 29. I'm gonna put you, like, in the room because you need to be able to see the whole room to look around for this. You do notice that there is, like, one central cog, this, like, small little cog, almost, like, not visible in the tangle of gears spinning around the walls and on these pillars in the middle. Judging from how it looks, you're pretty sure you could, like, pull it off of its stand pretty easily, or, like, off of its, like stud. You just need to, like, shut down the mechanism first. You do notice that, like, above all the other gears, this one seemed to, like, shimmer with, like, a polished nature more so than the other metal gears do.
Do we know how to, like, manipulate the levers to get it to stop?
Yeah, you're pretty sure you could figure out which ones just, like, pull to full stop.
Could I try to stop it then?
Yeah. You pull the levers, it comes to a grinding halt, and you still see that one gear shimmering as the noises of the room kind of disappear.
When you said you could lift it, do you mean like Gangini could, or like
Yeah,
Roland could?
It's like not that big.
Oh, okay.
It's like
'Cause those are
probably
two
the
different
size of
things.
like a dinner plate, which like
Oh,
it is
okay.
metal, and it like, but it'd be like lifting a smaller plate that you would put on like a bar.
All right, then
To
I
lift.
will grab it then.
As you kind of like there's like this clacking noise as you slide it off of its spot in the machine, and as you do, the gear in your hand gets lighter and transparent, and then vanishes into thin air, appearing in the middle of the room as the gear vanishes. You see a 10-foot tall woman with like purplish maroon skin, sapphire hair, like not like sapphire colored, but made of actual sapphires appear. You see her kind of just like cackle in delight and relief, like oh, as she like looks around, and in Petrin, she is just like, I'm finally free. Gods, it's been a long time. Who are you, little ones?
How do you cast True Speech? I cast True Speech here.
Okay. You kind of filter in the last bit of that sentence she said as you get the Petrin as well.
Okay. So she asked who we were.
Yeah.
That okay. I guess I'll tell her. I am the Great Gangini. This is my adventuring party, and we have rescued you.
At the moment, basically, it's Gangini and Solvino that won't understand her, for the record. She's like, well, delightful to make your acquaintance. And she kind of like is like stretching. You see, like kind of you hear like the creaking of like stone on stone as her muscles move around. Well, I mean, is there anything I could do for you in return for my freedom?
That is an excellent question.
I think I'll just translate this for the rest of the group.
Wait, this is a genie, so they're offering to grant a wishes? Like
Wait,
how
wait.
does that work?
Don't.
Huh?
I'm gonna say to Lupin, not in Petra, just in common. Be very careful what you say coming up.
All right, and I guess like Lupin will probably move up to you, Sylvie, and just sort of whisper, like, "Look, they can tell me where my parents are."
Can I just like lead Lupin away for a bit and just like, we'll be back in a bit.
No, wait. And it's like, I guess you probably like grab him by like the tail. He's like, "Ah,
Yep.
careful with that."
Just gonna drag him over like to the other side of the room and talk about the dangers of genie in general.
I will say as you're like lecturing Lupin in the corner, anyone who's like looking at her now, if you would like to, you could make a I would say an occultism or a arcana check on her.
Okay. So I took a skill feat that lets me basically just lets me take 10s on arcana checks.
Oh shit! Nice.
So me taking a 10 on an Arcana
what
check,
does
so
that give you?
29. 29.
God damn. Okay. I think you would know that while she might be implying wishes without saying it, she is in fact a shaitan, which is a earth genie, but she's not a noble. Only noble genies are able to grant wishes. And noble genies are much stronger than this. A noble genie probably would have been caught by this trap. As you kind of like come to that realization, like, oh, she can't actually offer us that. She's like, I am Isfin. Even as she says it, like that's how it's pronounced in common. But like you can tell kind of in the background of like your tongue's spell or true speech spell that it sounds almost like the grinding of like an avalanche.
Okay, that's a strong name.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Okay. I'm just saying this out of character because obviously Sylvina's not there talking with her right now. We could ask her to make us a new path to the next floor.
Do we not have a path to the next floor?
We have
There's a few, but
a hole here, stairs here, I think. And I can't remember what the third one is. But we could ask her to make us a path that leads somewhere safe on that floor. Or even gives us like a small place to rest adjacent to a room on that floor. Right?
Yeah, so sorry. Paths, yeah, you said there's the stairs, the pit, and there's also that hole where you guys fought the Geist.
Right. Wait, what are the stairs?
Oh, unless I'm wrong, and that's the wrong stairs. Hold on one second.
I think it's just the pit where we fought the Geist.
I think it's just
and
those two, and I'm misremembering. I'm just checking my notes. Sorry, there's a lot of notes in this fucking book. Yeah, I was misremembering. It's basically just the actual pit itself and like the hole where the Geist fire nonsense was happening.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I believe at the bottom of the Geist hole, we said there were a bunch of like good weapons, so maybe she could find us a way down that doesn't go down directly that pit. But like
you weren't
goes down
positive there were weapons, but you do know that it seemed like there was sparkly treasure down there.
Yeah. Just without necessarily going down that pit, but somewhere in the vicinity, that's an option. These are options. I'm not saying this is the...
Yeah. No, I hear you. Very interesting. I wonder... Yeah, she can just do that. I mean, she can shape stone at will, so that is possible.
Sorry, I maybe came up with an idea that's like...
No, I think it's... I don't know that it's entirely an unthought of idea by the AP, to be honest.
Because, like, she could just make us a rest room down there where we could, like, be safe and figure things out.
I assume you mean a room in which to rest and not a bathroom.
Yes, that's what I mean.
The restroom
room
kind of
in
threw me
which
off.
to
I
rest.
was like, yeah, she could make you a fucking latrine, I guess.
No. A room for rest. These are options. I'm not saying that they're,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best option, because I have other ideas I think are more fun and entertaining.
I will say
But-
if anyone wants to make a, you're just gonna take 10 on it anyway, Genki. Fuck me.
That is the
On
plan.
another Arcana check, you do notice that as she's like stretching and like seemingly getting back on her feet after like, you haven't even asked her how long she's been in there, but presumably a long fucking time. She is kind of on the sly casting plane shift because it takes 10 minutes to cast.
Clean shifts.
You would think that she's basically just getting ready to fucking peace out back to the plane of Earth and not be in the mortal realm anymore.
Gotcha.
So she's just like she's just not into it.
And I guess Lupin's like, all right. So what you're telling me is that no matter how I word this wish, that they'll try to find some way to fuck me over.
Yeah, let's...
Look, I just want to tell me where my parents are. How could that possibly backfire on me?
Well, they could tell you where your parents are by teleporting your parents into a volcano.
Oh. Now that just seems needlessly cruel.
Yes.
As you guys are kind of like learning about wishing back there, she's just like, so is there anything I can do to repay you?
I don't mind the passage idea, or like creating a rest area. It's not terrible. I don't actually know like what she can actually give us.
Does anyone have a better idea? Because here's an odd question. And is there some check I could do on this?
I'm tempted to speak for Roland, but I don't think I will. Okay, well, you check for what? What are you asking her to do a check on?
If we were to ask her to create like own statuette for us, how much gold do we think we could sell it for?
You would know that the shape stone ability is very crude and can't produce intricate parts. So it would make pretty rough looking statues.
Okay, so that won't work.
It's mainly like brute force move Earth around you.
Right.
Or like shape it into like a cube or something.
I mean, if she can get us into that like treasure area and turn it into like a safe resting spot, I think that sounds pretty good. I mean, that'll probably get us money.
Or just like make a safe resting spot near the treasure area. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about the one where you fought the demon?
The Geist.
Ah, down into the room below the Geist.
Right, just like a safe spot kind of attached to that room and a way down to that safe spot.
God damn it. I can build that.
Sorry.
Give me a second. I'm plotting. I have to like create a new walled room, I guess. Wait, no. That's not what I want. Can I do fucking...
I will say, Ben, I think this is a less wild ask than I was originally considering. But I figured that one would be maybe a bit much.
Fair enough. I'm literally building the room right now.
Okay. Because originally I was thinking, do you guys remember how there was that pool of water a couple floors up?
I'm gonna use Roland to test this out right quick. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the pool. Sorry, I'm working. I'm multitasking. Which pool of water?
original idea,
where the monsters are?
Well, no, by the temple, where there was the orb.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the underground
Yeah.
lake.
Yeah.
It's filled with monsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was originally thinking we could just ask her to make a tunnel from there to Yizlaroon's room, effectively draining all the water into Yizlaroon and monsters into the fungus room.
Hold on. Now I'm like thinking
Which-
like how would the water? I'm like thinking like which direction the water would drain.
Again, I'm not gonna ask that to happen. I'm just saying that was my original thought.
That is a crazy plan. I feel like okay, so we go there. Ooh, that's a solid dead end though with Thessalonian engineering. Honestly, I feel like the biggest risk of that plan is it might just backwash into the pit itself.
Well, she can just wall off the room.
I guess,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
she could just seal it. Seems great. You already made a deal with this woman.
Yeah. Again, not suggesting we do that. I just think it would be a fun idea.
That is a crazy plan, admittedly.
Hey, the crazy plans are the best ones, if you ask me. And I bet Lupin thinks so too.
So are you guys asking her to make this tunnel?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I'm down for it if you guys are.
Just the tunnel to the next floor, I believe, in the room.
So you want it to basically like go not into the room that is below. I'm sorry, I'm trying to shift ping you guys over here. This room over here. You don't want it to go into that room. You want it to like go into like the walls next to that room.
Yes.
Oh, it says the connection to Roll20 is being fucky.
Yeah, I just saw that too.
Okay, so it's not on my end then. It might be a site status thing. Okay, well it just vanished, so. Okay. Yeah, she is like I feel like she'd probably follow you guys out if you lead her to that room. Just kind of like confidently striding. And I'll just drag you guys over there.
Lupin's like, all right, I won't make any wishes, all right?
Whoop, come on, Roll20. There we go. Oh man, Roll20's like the stream part of Roll20 is like catching up step by step on like I'm seeing the delayed lag on the other window. Jesus. Okay. I think we're back in real time here. That was fucking weird to watch. She's like, very well. I will make you a spiral staircase going down. I'm just gonna draw like a little
Fantastic.
like this rectangle is your staircase. It's like, and let me fucking gather you guys up, a little bundle. Let's copy you guys over. The whole time, honestly, she's probably like still working on this fucking spell.
Yep.
I
figure.
And just like as soon as you guys are down there, she's like, "Yep, fuck this." She's like,
Oh.
"Well, I thank all of you.
Thank you for the staircase. I hope you have a nice time when you get back to the plane of Earth.
You are quite welcome." And you see kind of like it almost looks like a circle of stones like floats in the air around her, spirals, and then she like vanishes in a flash of crystalline light. The other thing I was debating saying as Roland is you guys could probably have asked her for like information on Lyra LaRue or anything about the pit.
Yeah, but that's so much less fun.
Goodbye forever. Oh, whoops! I can't get me out of here. Sorry. Here you go.
Oh,
Gangini.
Rest in peace,
Brought you
Gangini.
back. Brought you to the plane of Earth. My bad. My bad. All right. Can everyone see this
All right.
tiny fucking room over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will say. What fucking level are you guys at? Level 10 exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say another thing that happens as she leaves. You see, she kind of draws something from her waist and leaves it on the ground in front of you guys as she disappears. It was a magical falchion. That was her weapon. She kind of just leaves it behind as a show of good faith. I'll put it in the Roll20 chat, but it is effectively a +1 striking corrosive falchion. If someone wants to add that to the inventory.
I don't think anyone can use that.
Yeah, but it's worth some gold.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are going to gain, let's see, level 10 now, honestly, so it's less than it would be. Does this qualify as a... Oh, no, it's okay. It is going to be 20 XP, plus an additional 30 XP, so 50 total. 20 for beating her, quote-unquote, 30 for securing some of her help.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, that XP, yeah, you guys are like a full 2 levels ahead of her now, at level 10. Shaitan are only like creature 8. Although the nobles admittedly are like creature 14 or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say roll a perception check, but you're surrounded by solid stone walls. I am basically... I didn't have time to make like an actual door here. I couldn't figure out a way to connect the door to both your room and the borders of this map, which are a lot more complicated to adjust.
Sure.
But effectively there is a like... She made like a little cutout of a door over here that you could push open.
Cool.
You do get the sense that it's not really like a hinged nice door. She can't make intricate stuff. It is like effectively it's a huge stone slab, so you'd have to like drag it back into place next time.
Okay.
But Roland would be able to push it open.
Cool.
And are you guys doing anything to prep here, or are we pushing the door open?
What do you guys think?
I guess if anything, Lupin's gonna have pull out the Monarch and have that ready in case anything hostiles on the other side of the door.
Do we suspect something is on the other side of the door?
Also, shout out to me not gonna read the paragraph now of you guys reaching the bottom of the pit, because you just went down a hole.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's an interesting choice. I think it's legit. I wasn't sure. I will say, they did think some people might try that with her. I wasn't sure if you guys did it where you would try to do it, if that makes sense. Because like this floor of the pit's pretty fucking sizable,
Right.
and there was definitely some possibilities. Like if you were just like, oh, make us a path, that she could have done something tricky.
Oh, there were other places I had considered asking specific, because I had a number of.
But yeah, sorry. So are any like prep spells or anything you guys are doing before you enter what is effectively the room below the Geist monster encounter.
I think I'm good. On Roland, I'm assuming.
Damn it! I've been muted this whole time. Yes, I was gonna say I was gonna cast Mountain Resilience on Roland, and I do have a banishment ready as well in case we find any more flippin' demons.
I could cast a Bless, but I'm not sure if we're gonna fight something in a minute.
Sorry, I'm changing up the music.
I still can't hear it.
Down deeper. Yeah, I don't know what's up with yours that you still can't hear them.
Spoopy.
Yeah, we're deep.
I
in the
normally
pit now.
can't hear it, but when you changed it, I did hear it for a second.
Weird.
Same
okay.
for me. I had heard it for like 2 seconds and then.
I mean, you guys can adjust. It's probably because you guys lowered the volume in your.
The volume's
Music.
maximum on the player to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's max for me.
Weird.
I think Roll20 is just having some issues.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe it works better on Jump Gate, which is like the upgraded version, which I'll probably use for another campaign. At least you can hear it on the stream, which is nice. Okay.
Before we go further, this is a question I would have asked the group before we set out. The lightning storm has been kind of mediocre. Do we worry that I was thinking about maybe a toxic cloud, not legally distinct cloud kill? Do we worry that's a little too friendly fire potential?
Fortitude save?
Yes.
I'm fine with
I
it.
think Lupin might actually die from it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I will say Fortitude is my worst save.
All right, I'll stick with the lightning storm for now, even though it's not. I am not terribly pleased with the 5th level spells for primal. They're kind of crap.
You don't even get Fireball but 5th level. We do that. Oh, you do, don't you? You get
I
Fireball.
could get
right?
Fireball. I could get
Fireball but
lightning.
5th level.
Or lightning, or lightning, 5th level lightning bolts. I don't know. I'll do some. Anyways, I'll stick with the lightning storm for now.
All right. Roland's gonna push that open, or
I forgot, this is the level where my solar detonation goes up in damage.
okay, rolling with a clean 35.
Look, at this point, I think Roland's used to just having to go through stone walls that are not.
This doesn't have to be your order.
Usually
I'm just
not
dragging
caring.
you guys out of the wall.
Because I think we've done this like 3 times now, going through walls we're not supposed to.
This
I
does look like a.
assume closer to this layout.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna give you a couple of information here. First thing, you do see. Well, I mean, you guys are still emitting light, so you are illuminating these different parts here. Okay. Why would it be on that page? Hold on. Okay. So, looking behind you guys where you are now, you would assume that this floor with the etchings on it, very hard to see clearly what they are as it is foggy down there. Next to you, that is the bottom of the pit.
Okay, if there is
150
fog,
feet
I'm
down
going
from the
to
surface.
use my other gate attenuator and then switch back to my main one to gust of wind disperse the fog.
Alright. You
And I
will
can see
blow
through
the
the fog as
fog
well, as
away
well.
there. It is still pretty early in the day, so as you blow the fog out of the pit, you see like the little bit of dim light. Just like trailing down from like way, way up at the surface. Come on. Sorry, I have a bunch of notes of a bunch of tabs of the same fucking PDF open right now. Looking into this like carved area at the bottom, give me a perception check over there. You guys can hear the slight grinding sound coming from that direction. Almost like stone on stone. Like a background vibration. Kind of hard to tell what that vibration might be. If people want to make a Arcana check on that etching at the pit's bottom level, like the literal base of the pit.
How does a 29 sound?
29 does not do it. You would need to roll.
Oh. How does a 37 sound?
37 will definitely do it. You would know that this symbol is like an extremely ancient, perhaps from the age of Thassalon or even before Earthfall, when the whole planet was rocked in the near apocalyptic event that kind of changed Galarian as a whole. It is a warding sigil. Something so ancient and so complex would be made to ward something, either keep something out, keep something in, but it is certainly a incredibly powerful, like, abjurative sigil, a protection rune.
Where on the floor is it?
Right here. Oh, whoops. Didn't
Okay.
see that. Right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's not ideal.
No, it's fine. It's probably fine. Definitely fine. On the other hand, there's lots of good things, going on in the room behind you, too. Or in front of you, I should say. A staggering carpet of bones, broken armor, and shattered weapons, and matted clots of fur carpet the floor of this cave. Here and there are some stone pillars supporting the ceiling, about 20 feet above, while two bowl-shaped depressions in the ground appear to be particularly cluttered with grisly remains. The air absolutely reeks of old blood and brimstone. You do see a bit of light from above. You would assume like that is the hole leading to where you fought the Geist. Everyone give me a perception check in this room now.
I close my carriage.
Alright, we got 16 from Sylvina. Or nat 1. 20.
2.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
Okay. Lupin,
Mm-hmm.
you smell that familiar scent and look at the depressions here and what's been eaten. This is probably where the Sandpoint Devil lived when it was not flying out of the pit to cause havoc.
Yeah, it's like I guess like Lupin's like, he's like stiff in the air, and then you just see his whole face scrunch up, like, ooh, I recognize that.
I will say also... Sorry, go ahead.
The Sandpoint Devil, this is where it had its home sorts.
Do we think that's what the warning signal is trying to keep in?
That'd be my guess.
As you look around as well on a 34, you see that, like, however long it had lived down here, it's gathered various treasures, either on purpose because it liked how they looked, or just from dead adventurers or people that it killed and carried off to eat. You see, like, coins scattered around, bits of jewelry. Perhaps most noticeable, you see what looks to be a large warhammer wrought of adamantine, as well as a shield with spines on it. That must be magic, as it has, like, resisted the pull of time, as well as a scroll tube inscribed with, like, silver inlay. Might be some other stuff in there too, but that is what stands out immediately.
Hey, weren't you talking about getting a shield at some point, Tarek?
I thought about it. Problem is I have a cantrip that I can do the same kind of thing with.
But this one might be better.
Let's have a look at the items.
Alright. The warhammer is in this pile. Shield is in the other pile.
Let's start with the warhammer.
Alright. Go ahead and bring yourself over.
I need somebody who can do an Arcana check though to see what's. Can I do a perception on the actual pile? Make sure there's nothing like in it.
Sure.
And just like all of our sessions, it ends up with you two guys talking about Warhammer.
Look, you
As it should
can't
be.
stop John Warhammer. He's everywhere.
I need to play more Warhammer, but it's so hard to find all the time. And I have to make a list, and I have to write down all the errata. And
I
all
need
that
to,
stuff.
I need to get a game in with you because I need to practice against fucking Eldar before Nova. Although I'm currently scrambling to update my list in the current meta, and it's rough.
I'm still furiously painting mine.
I have everything
29.
I need painted. I just don't know what to fucking run. Okay, Tarek, you don't see anything of note right there. Now it's time for Ben to make some rolls. Okay, what you get? 29?
Yes.
Okay. Alas, you don't notice until it's too late, as a spectral entity arises out of the rightmost nest. Its bones click together, its skull unnaturally jagged with teeth, more so than a horse would ever have, as you see a spectral Sandpoint Devil appear.
That thing looks awesome.
I know,
Can
isn't
we get
it?
us a pet?
Isn't it so fucking sick? I've been, like, waiting for you guys to fight it this whole campaign.
That
Like,
is
it's
like
badass.
the coolest artwork in the entirety of the campaign so far.
Yeah, they went hard. They were like the Sandpoint Devil was like a cool idea, and then someone was like, no, I got let me take it up like 10 notches. Alright. It is gonna do one thing here as like a surprise action. And that is going to be, before you guys can even react, it is going to manifest, and all of you guys are perfectly within its cone, and it lets out this, like, just accursed shriek, this, like, unending, terrifying howl. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a reflex save, and while you're rolling those, I will clear our combat list. Woo!
Natural 20 for 40.
Lupon's like, shit! And dives behind that wall that's, like, right behind you.
It's like, oh,
Right,
fuck.
that's definitely gonna fail, but I don't think it's gonna crit fail. So I think I'm just gonna keep it and not
Yeah,
risk.
same. I'm gonna get a bit cooked here.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll roll. Oh, I gotta roll in too. Goodness gracious, that's my bad. Also, you guys can start rolling into initiative now if you would like. While I figure this out.
I will boost the initiative with my oracular warning ability.
By how much?
It goes about
Should be
2, I believe.
Yeah, the first one's 2.
All right. So here's gonna be
I
the
would
breakdown.
ask, since you flavored it that I had sort of like dove out of the way, may I roll acrobatics for my initiative?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Hey
Right,
Ben,
cool.
Yes.
my initiative order got killed, and I can't move my token.
Where is your token?
It's disappeared.
Did you delete yourself?
I don't think so.
Makes you divided by 0.
Huh. Let me just drag you back
I'm
in.
gonna refresh.
It looks like you got deleted. I'm gonna drop you back in.
I
don't know
can
what happened
still
with
see
that.
myself.
I can't
None
see
of the
you.
rest of us can.
Yeah, you vanished for everyone else.
I can't ping the map,
Okay,
so I'm
interesting.
just gonna refresh.
All right. Going down the
Most
list
importantly, I can't draw measurement arrows.
God, the bane of your existence. All right, Gangini.
You mean the bane of your existence,
Yeah,
Ben?
it's
Okay.
mainly me that suffers it.
I should be at 35 initiative, by the way.
Okay, I'll add you in a second. Gangini passes, but you don't crit pass, right? Automatically.
Oh no, I don't
Okay.
automatically pass. No.
Sylvina fails, Tarek fails, and Roland fails, and Lupin crit succeeds. Those of you that failed take 31 sonic damage.
That's not too bad.
Or 16 if you passed. And
actually
sorry, now I'm
totally
gonna
fine with
actually
that.
add you in. What did you get, Sylvina? 35?
35.
Okay.
When you include the +2.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Alright, this thing looks very fiery, so I'm going to assume it's immune to fire damage.
That seems plausible.
The good news is this level I got Versatile Blast, so now I can do cold damage with my fire.
It's a stupid
Stuff.
sentence. It's a stupid sentence that you just said. I hate that.
Okay, the logic kind of makes sense, because the idea is it's just heat control, right? Anyway, it's fine. Hello?
Yes, sorry, I was listening.
Okay.
I was just distracted.
My air damage can also do cold damage now, or my air elemental blasts.
All right, it is your turn first. Is everyone in?
Cool.
Oh, sorry, I didn't roll Roland in. Apologies. Let me roll him in as well.
Right, I'm in because apparently
Nice, the
decided to
nat one.
immediately it's like a nat 20 and it's like cool, let me roll that price. It's like the natural 1. It's like
All right. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, I meant to click initiative, but we'll count it. Nat 20. Roland will also go first. Or Roland is going to go first, actually. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. He has an additional 10 feet of move speed. Actually, all of you do at the beginning of your turn if you start within 10 feet of me.
I think the only one who's not is Roland. Or no, sorry, I thought you were in Lupin's spot. I believe you are within 10 of Roland on the diagonal. Yeah, you're good. All right, Roland. I mean, I think he just runs in.
I mean, I think he just sends it.
I think he's gonna do a little zigzag here to try to make room for flanking.
I believe his blade does have ghost touch on it, so
It does? I don't think it does.
that or else that was aspirational.
I think you guys wanted to do that.
Might have been aspirational, I can't remember.
Oh no, it is ghost touch. I looked it up. We're good.
Wonderful.
Let me go back over here.
He does have even more move speed if he wants to use it, by the way, Ben.
Yeah, I just figured that's like a more optimal place. I guess maybe opens up more flankings if he goes one lower.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Um,
Also makes it easier for us to nuke things if he's... Anyway.
okay. That is going to hit. It is Ghost Touch, so it's not reduced.
It's an abysmal roll.
You know, the crit damage is crazy, though.
Yeah, if he rolls a nat 20, somebody's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, the crit damage is unhinged, to be honest. Sorry, this guy's even more complicated than the fucking regular Sandpoint Devil. That 22 does happen, though, because it is Ghost Touch. That's rolling. Sylvina is next. Oh, also, sorry. Those of you that failed are frightened 2 right now.
Oh, okay.
Frightened.
I don't like that at all.
Which I should have probably done before I rolled that, but that's fine.
And does this wear off at the bottom of our turn? Is that how that works? Reduced by 1?
Correct.
Okay.
And I gotta roll to see how soon he gets his breath weapon back, effectively. Why can I never find the one type of dice I want? In this fucking bin next to me. Okay. Bitchin'. Sorry, Sylvina, go ahead.
Alright. Do you guys want me to try and lock this thing up, or do you want me to...
There is a frightened icon, by the way, if you guys want to put it on yourselves.
What's the word?
I've...
Or just deal damage.
I think let's see if we can get a condition. My thought would be first round, try and get a condition on it. After that, then pour it on.
I'm gonna cast Flames of Ego on it. It needs to make a will save.
Just make a will save. What type of thing is this?
What do you mean?
Like what is happening to it? Because it has like immunities and shit like that.
Oh, it will be fascinated if it. Yeah, it'll be fascinated. With itself.
I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not immune to that. I will still try to make the stave here. You said it was will.
Will, yeah.
This is a magical effect. It gets a bonus to magical effects. 32.
Sadly, this one is indeed a spell. Okay, that will succeed, but not crit succeed.
Does not crit.
Which means it is affected for 1 round. It's currently shedding 20 feet of bright light. Dim light 20 past that. It's fascinated with itself for 1 round. And it must spend 1 action on its turn on a taunting display of arrogance or overconfidence. Using perform could count.
Okay, hold on. Fascinated. Then I add that in. And what's the phrasing of the overconfident thing again?
It must spend at least 1 action on its turn on a taunting display of arrogance or overconfidence, using actions that include such a display, such as using perform to show off, count toward this requirement.
So if it had an ability that is like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I don't think any of its abilities would qualify as that, so I might just have to spend a turn stunting on you guys, I guess.
Well, it only takes 1 action. It can use its other actions to do other things.
Or, sorry, yeah, like 1 action to stunt on you guys.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It would have been significantly better if it had failed, because then it can't act hostile toward a creature. until that creature acts hostile toward it. But
Okay.
and it would have lasted a minute. But I'm happy with this still. And then I'm gonna move because
Yep.
I don't want to be.
Understandable.
She's
Okay.
not about that life.
All right.
For some reason, I'm not snapping to the grid. By the way.
I'm having issues with Roll20 as well. It's not. My health is not updating.
It's snapping for me when I drop you. Try moving it for you. What the fuck? We're literally encountering glitches I've never fucking seen tonight. Like, I don't know what's happening. We're fucking falling apart at the seams here. I've literally never had it like I'll turn that off sometimes, but I've never had it be off for a player. Are the rest of you guys moving without snapping?
No, I'm snapping.
Okay, what the fuck? So,
Okay, do you want me? I'll just try and refresh again.
that's fucking unhinged. Okay, I'm getting distracted by these errors. Okay, the Spectral Devil's turn. The first thing that's gonna happen, this is not an action, rather it is almost the equivalent of a 5e layer action. You see it rear up, and the flames on its like hooves and wings ripple out and kind of roll across the floor of the cavern, and you see just like flashes of like black and purple energy as its like essence mixes with just like, you know, centuries, decades, like weird sinister energy and latent powers in the pit, and as this like metaphysical process occurs, you see a bunch of the humanoid remains like rise into the air, mismatched almost, bits of like bone, dried leather, fur clothing, slither up into 4 monsters. And I will scatter these guys around. And then I will show you their images in a second. On someone's turn, if they would like, you can take a free action to roll religion on them. They are clearly some form of undead. But you see, like, like, they're not burning necessarily, but the remains of that fiery energy is seeping out of them. Like, they are kind of like a tree struck by lightning that's burning on the inside. As you guys see these creatures rise up. That being said, I do have to roll them into actual initiative as that happens. They're going to get a 29, so they will be coming in right after the devil. The devil is then going to, like, take its first action to just... how's it going to do this? I feel like it just rears up and roars red smoke into the air. And just waste an action doing that to show off. Then... It's got so many options. Well... Okay, so it activated the Bodax. Sorry, I got a bunch of notes on this fight. The Bodax rise up. This is a manipulate action.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
Alright.
Oh, it's good if it's a manipulate action. It means Roland gets a
He will.
attack of
He will get a
opportunity.
swing.
Yeah, I know, but it also sounds like it means spell.
Yeah.
The devil is Spectral Devil. Its eyes are gonna flare bright, like purplish red, Lupin, give me a will save.
Alright.
Keeping that, hero pointing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and burn hero point on that.
Okay. Go for it.
Slightly better.
Okay. So that's gonna be you see a vision flash before your eyes. You see the pile of loot and bodies over here become like an unending horde of these Bodak undead and just dogpile you till there's nothing you can do and you are crushed beneath the weight of these corpses. As that vision of your death rolls over you, you are frightened too, and you take 35 mental damage.
Oh,
Alright.
Phantasmal Killer.
It
At
is
least
Phantasmal
Roland
Killer.
gets
Roland will make
Swing
a
at it.
swing.
Swing!
Ooh,
Bada, bada, bada.
Crit.
but terrible roll on the crit.
Yeah, that
damage.
was fucking butt cheeks roll on that crit.
I mean,
Okay.
50 is still 50, but it's not 86.
All right. As he deals power, so the Spectral Devil looks almost bloodied already. Now it
Roland
is
doing Roland thing.
the Bodax, however.
Wait, I think there's a D12 missing.
I added in the
No.
D12.
Because the
it's not on the
damage
critical.
says 3d12 and the crit says 2d12.
I didn't add it on the crit. Hold on. Here's 2d12 more. 18.
Okay.
Fuck,
So that's
hold on. Let me change that before I forget. Ugh, this is annoying.
66 plus 2 acid.
All right.
Give me a
Madness.
second here. Okay, confusing. All right. The Bodax are gonna go. That ability is not triggered right now. Okay. Jesus.
I don't like the sound of that.
Okay, interesting. That's wild. First thing that's gonna happen, there's 4 of them. I'm gonna roll to see which one of you is not gonna be affected by this. Okay, Gangini, you're not gonna be affected by this. The other 4, their eyes burn like red hot coals as they each look at one of you. I'm gonna need all 4 of you that aren't Gangini to make another will save.
Alright.
Sweet.
Um,
I'm spending channel points on this.
Okay, spend channel points on that.
Alright,
and
let's try that
oh
again.
shit, sorry, I gotta roll for Roland. Whoops, used a max roll
God
there.
damn it!
Oh my god, guys, these rerolls are fucking awful.
That's been a constant this campaign.
Yeah.
Okay, Roland's gonna use his hero point on that because that's bad. Okay,
That's
well, fuck me.
worse.
he's gonna crit fail.
Oh dear.
Okay, so let's go down the list here, friends. Tarek, you succeed, but not crit succeed. You are drained 1. Then Solvina and Lupin both failed. The pair of you are drained 2 and doomed 1. Doomed effectively means that they have gripped your actual soul with the force of their gaze. When you go down to dying 1, you add an additional 1 on top of that for each doom level you are at.
Ooh.
And that's just like
Okay.
that's just for the day. You need to sleep to remove even 1 level of doom. Roland, on the other hand, he is going to be doomed 1 and drained 4.
Oh my god.
So I gotta put that on his fucking sheet. Okay, so good news is his frightened went down by 1.
Drained.
No, wait, Roland hasn't gone again yet, so he has not gone down by 1.
I don't even
Frightened.
know what's. I don't know if I could heal that.
Doomed. He's doomed 1, and he is drained 4.
Drained 4 is brutal.
That's savage, yeah.
You also lose a number of hit points equal to your level times the drained value, so 40, and your max is
This is
reduced by
like
40.
the worst thing for me because everything I do scales off of
Con, yeah.
con. Ugh, I can't believe that's a will save. That's crazy.
So I don't want to change his actual value to save right now, but effectively Roland is now at 77 out of a max of 78. Anyway, now the Bodaks are... Sorry, that was 2 of their actions. They're going to start beating ass with fists. First one's going to lash out at you, Solvina. It is going to be 35
To hit?
to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna crit.
Okay, let me get some more dice out here. Fuck me. Where are all my D6s going? Who's taking my D6s? What the fuck? Okay. And then... you're gonna take 36 bludgeoning damage. Don't forget, if you guys were drained any amount, to reduce your health by the proper values. I put it in
Are
the
you
chat.
down?
That was not correct.
No.
You were... I don't remember... Yeah, there you go. You got it.
I accidentally typed a letter at the end, so it set my health value to minus 36L.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I think... Yeah, so he doesn't get any more attacks. Next one is going at Tarek. 30.
Hits does not crit.
Okay. You are going to take 13 bludgeoning and 5 negative, so that's 18. And now the 2 that are on Roland. What is Roland's fucking AC right now? 27. So both hit, but neither crit.
So remember the damage reduction. So we reduce damage by 5 to each of these.
Is it reducing just the physical damage?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do math here.
I'll have a spin down for the how many more hits it can take.
Perfect. Okay, so with the reduction, he takes 13 from that first slam. And then another 14 on the second one. Okay, cool. Tarek, that's you. If you want to make a religion check, feel free to know what these undead are, but up to you.
Sure, can't hurt.
On a 24, you don't know a lot about them. You just know like the rumors, like the general idea of them. This is a Bodak. This is a form of undead that is basically created when a sentient humanoid is exposed to an extreme expression of supernatural evil. The experience can like irrevocably damn the victim and just like crush their mind, rip out their soul, and turn them into this like anathema of what actual life is. And this is a Bodak.
All right.
Fun fact, they don't, in case no one ever rolls high enough to reveal this, they don't really see, per se. They, like, see, like, I guess they can normal see as well, but they see, like, living beings around them.
I looked at Genki. Can you help Roland?
A little bit.
Either I help him here, or you guys. Can you three fight these two bad? He will not live down there.
We should do healing bursts because everything is undead.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I will not catch Roland in it right now.
Yeah, he's more than 30 feet away.
Oh,
And Roland's at 50.
I see.
So, all right, I'm gonna move to a central position then. Hopefully these things don't have attacks of opportunity.
Oh, Roland, you started your turn, right? Give me a fortitude save as it looks at you again.
What, me?
Yep. You started your turn. Give me a fortitude save.
$31.
Okay, you pass. Nothing happens. It keeps looking at you. Continue.
Okay, wait. The first look was will save, and this one's fortitude save. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Means they have different saves. I don't like when I have different saves.
Yeah.
I don't
Go
like
go
when
help
they have
Roland. I
different
can
saves.
I can fight these two Bodaks.
Why is 20 being so weird? Move to here instead. So I can't do a pulse this turn, but
Currently,
setting
you're
myself up
touching
for-
everyone except Solvina.
I know, but it's 3 actions to fire to do the big AOE one.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And then to at least try and get some attention, I am going to do.
Any chance you could move one to the left?
I think that might.
Out of movement.
You could have gone
Because
there.
I was
though.
here. Oh, I could have. Okay.
I mean,
Because I think that puts you in range of all of us, right?
hold on.
Assuming nobody moves, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Fortunately, his position is really unfortunate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to aim a hydraulic torrent at the to here. Does that work, Ben?
So you're sorry. Say it again. I'm
gonna fire a hydraulic torrent down this way.
okay. So it'll
So
hit
it'll
the
hit
devil.
the devil and that one Bodak down there.
Okay.
Wow, 3 1s, awesome. Why is my saving throw that?
It should be at least 27, I assume.
Yeah, hang on. Did this thing screw up all of? Oh my lord.
Shout out my saving throw currently at 26.
Okay, so go with that for now. Why is this doing that?
Shout out to the D6 that's fucking you guys over the most is the Sector Seville dice, my local Warhammer club. Dice is hitting them sixes.
Damn you, Truman.
It's all his fault.
Yeah, my DC should be 26. I don't know why it's saying that.
Well, some of your negative penalties might be affecting it as well. Either way, Sandpoint Devil's gonna crit. Bodak will succeed and take half, so 12.
Alright. Well,
Are
that was
Bodak
not
actually
successful.
or are they resistant to bludgeoning? No, they're not. Okay. Gangini. Give me a fortitude save as one of the other Bodaks looks at you.
Oh.
Specifically the one that just got torrented, actually.
They just do that on my turn?
It is a reaction. The reaction trigger is one of you starts a turn.
That's kind of bullshit.
Let's
It's
go
kind of
point that.
bullshit.
Great.
Okay, you are
Rolls well.
drained. You are drained 1, and he's going to heal as he. You guys see some of Gangini's literal life force like get sucked through the air, and the Bodak reconstitutes part of itself. Okay, now you can proceed with your turn.
I think. I mean, it doesn't hit rolling, but heal pulse doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, I mean, it hits all of us except Roland and the Bodak at the bottom.
Yeah, I'll do a 3rd level heal.
Okay.
4, 6. That's 35 healing / damage.
Okay. Devil's gonna pass and reduce that by half. Bodak is gonna fail and take 35. Is it in range of the Bodak above Roland too?
Yes. The top one, yes. The bottom one, no.
And then
Oh,
in both of the upper Bodaks here as well.
Okay, we'll say
Yeah,
I just
so
hold on.
it's-
I'll
it's
put the
missing
35
the lower
on the other
Bodak
one.
and Roland.
So this one, then this is the one that's taking the 35 then. Bodak to the left of Gangini. Is gonna pass for half. Bodak to Solvina's is gonna fail for full. Okay. That's 3 actions. Lupin. Remember to be ticking down your frightens if you get a finish your turn. Lupin does start his turn though, so the one. Okay, so he's looked. The one next to Solvina, or wait, yeah, one next to Solvina is gonna look at Lupin. Give me a fortitude save.
Right.
25 is a fail. You are increase your drain level by 1. I think you already are, might be drained. So increase drain by 1, and he's gonna heal some.
All right. Okay. All right. So the Monarch doesn't have Ghost Touch, so I can tell, but I figure I'll move down, see if I can help fend off these guys that got Roland surrounded. So take some movement here. 10, 20. All right, I'm gonna move and then steps. That's 2 actions. Boop. All right, then I'll go ahead and take. All right, so third final action, take a melee attack with the Monarch against this Bodak between myself and Roland.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. All right, 28.
That does indeed hit a Bodak. Add another D6 on because he's undead, and you're using the Monarch. And the D6 is from
Yeah,
your.
the 2 off seek attack, so I'll just go ahead and
Yeah.
roll 3 off of that then.
That works.
All right, cool.
Okay. Seems to do a decent chuck.
Let me. I think this triggers, but let me double check real quick. Need to build. All right. I'm like here, so I'm gonna go ahead and use. Find it here. All right, here we go. I think I should actually. All right. So since it was off guard, I would like to use precise dictation to do, at least if I can, additional 2d6 precision damage, and cool, it rolled off that.
And the falling. So it's adding the. Which one are you adding? The damage or the debilitation?
The damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Additional 4. All right.
Great. But yeah, that was a move step attack, so that's all for me. And then I'll go ahead and lower fear by 1.
All right, and let's go to Roland. Ooh. Do we feel like Roland would drink a potion?
He's.
What's
He's
his
at-
I
health
think he
at?
would if
He's at
he's at half
50.
health.
He's below half.
I think he would,
Okay. Let me see. I think he has at least 1 moderate. Let me go to his
especially with the
inventory.
Doomed 4.
Oh,
No, he's not
he's got
doomed 4. He's drained 4.
He's drained 4, doomed 1.
Oh, okay. I was thought yeah, because I was like, if he's Doomed 4, he just dies instantly going down.
I believe moderate
No.
is 3d10 plus 8. Is that what it was? That sounds wrong. Why does that sound wrong?
You're I was looking at this. Why do I not?
Moderate
Oh, here it is.
healing
A moderate is 3d8
potion.
plus
No,
10.
I was right. Okay. I said plus 8. That was wrong. Okay, plus 10. There we go. Pretty solid roll. All right. Sorry, and then he will do a big boy swing. It has its flames in the room right now. That is not going to hit.
I'll give him channel points if he doesn't have a hero point. We need to get damage through.
He does not have a hero.
Or do I save the channel points for a save? You guys think?
Just use them.
All right.
All right, let's try again. That one will hit.
58 damage isn't bad.
It's not. So he's gonna be almost dead. But as he gets to almost death, he's gonna flicker and appear at the like apex of the room.
How tall is the room?
20 feet. Sylvina?
Alright, I'm gonna do a solar detonation that's gonna hit the Spectral Devil and the Bodak.
Okay. Also, the last Bodak hasn't looked at anyone yet. It's gonna look at you. Give me a fortitude save. You're good. It's just save or suck on the reactive stare.
Yeah. Terrible roll, but whatever. This is gonna be cold damage, by the way.
Okay, that does make a difference.
And of course, there's the vitality damage if either of them have if to the negative healing. So.
I mean, yeah, they both definitely have that. Bodak is gonna fail. Reflex is its best one. It's gonna crit succeed that. But the Bodak will take. Does it take extra from the vitality damage? It might. Hold on. It does. It does take extra from vitality damage.
Alright. It's also blinded until the start of my next turn.
You're gonna make me have to look up how its fucking like life eyes work. Extra damage because you did vitality. Jesus, let me find this. So what does this do? I'm just gonna say it still counts as blinded because I don't see it specifying that that doesn't negate blind or that does negate blindness. So I will put him as blind. Okay, Spectral Devil. What the fuck is it gonna do here? You guys are really putting it through the ringer.
That ghost touch paying dividends.
It is. It is. You guys planned for it, and it's paying off. It's 20 feet up. What is its speed here? So it could do that. That's actually not that crazy. But, you know, well, it could work. Let's see. Do some measurements here. Yep, okay, I can do it. Basically, zigzagging... I did not measure this as perfectly as when I did it on the GM layer, but basically, kind of following this pattern, it goes, like, full speed, zigzagging through the room. And just, like, gallops over Lupin, Tarek, Gangini, and Sylvina. Everybody but Roland, give me a reflex save.
Does the path go by Roland such that he could get a pop attack?
No, it does not, because he doesn't have
Okay.
reach.
Reflex, you say?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to interpose an earth to make that a 30.
Okay, that changes it from a fail to a pass. So everybody passes but Sylvina, which means Lupin crit passes. If you... Okay, let me... Okay, but it's more than that. Yeah, there we go, okay. Okay. If you failed, take 28. If you passed, take 14. Bodak's turn. We're gonna start with the 2 by Roland. They're just gonna try to beat him to death. First one. Crit. Hit, miss.
He has DR5 on these against the physical damage.
Okay. Gonna need to just use Roll20 to roll. This is gonna take too long. Okay, so... Okay. Effectively takes 26 on the first one, then the next one is a hit. God damn. Alright, rolled almost max damage on the regular hit. 23 reduced by 5, 17. And the last
18.
one misses. Oh, 18, sorry, yeah, you're right. Next Bodak, 3 attacks. Oh, that's not good. Does that crit him with... It's gonna be 1 crit automatically. His armor
Fuck,
class...
are these undead?
26. So... just barely gonna avoid a crit on the second one, but it will be a hit, and the third one is a miss. Whoops, why is it not letting me repeat? Okay, whatever. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Crit does 31, reduced to 26. And the hit... $15 reduced to 10, but that does still knock him. Because he is doomed, he is immediately going to go to dying too.
Yeah.
The one next to Gangini is going to triple attack him. Jesus Christ, okay. Gangini, 29 hit.
I'm looking up something real quick. Barriers destroyed. Unfortunate. Yeah, 29 hits.
It says 26 hit.
No.
Okay. And then he rolled a nat 20 on the third strike, so hit and a crit. Alright, the hit deals 12. The crit does 35. For a total of 47. Alright. Sylvina, last one into you. Okay, first one does a 36 crit.
Yeah.
Does a 29 hit?
Yes.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
Okay. These things are doing better than I thought they would, to be honest.
These things are. This is some of the most insane undead I've seen.
The crit is 35. The second hit is 17. And the final one is 21, so...
I'm down.
Okay.
So I am dying too.
Yes, because we're doomed as well.
Does my drained go away when I'm gotten back up?
Let me read Drain real quick. No. Drained goes down by 1 per full night's rest.
Okay.
That's all the Bodax. Tarek. You see them with kind of like scorched ember fists strike down 2 of your teammates, badly injuring a third.
Okay, give me 1 second. For some reason, Ben, it is not. I figured out what's up with my spell DC. It is not keying into my wisdom as my key ability score for some reason on the stupid character sheet. Anyways, I'm just gonna add the. Alright, there we go. So now it is correct. All 3 actions, and as the sounds of the ocean and the waves, like a swirling oceanic pulse of blue-green energy swirls out. I'm going to cast level 5 heal.
Level 5
maximize.
is crazy. Go ahead, roll it.
What the fuck? Alright, DC should be 27.
13. Alright.
How did it even come up with that number?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Roll 20's really
There we
shitting
go.
bad tonight. I don't know what's up.
There it goes. I think it's redone all my character sheet stuff again. Alright, so this will be 5d8 plus 40 health to everybody.
Jesus. That's the shit the priests were doing to you guys earlier on the previous floor.
And then these guys won't take the plus 40 on the damage. They'll just take the 5d8.
They don't take the plus 40? Okay. So 5d8.
No. So if anybody who fails takes 28, and all of us here heal 68 health.
Alright, Sandpoint Devil is gonna pass and is barely alive. Literally, you can see the bones are like rattling, like they're about to come apart. Bodak on the left, crit succeeds. This one fails for 28. The one on the bottom crit fails for
56.
56. He is now past bloody by a pretty wide margin. The one down here I haven't rolled yet. He is also gonna crit fail for 56.
That was successful.
Yeah, that was an insane amount of damage in one burst. 28. So then Roland heals for 68.
Tark probably is to make a save though at the beginning of his turn, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh sorry, yeah, one of them stares at you.
Fortitude.
Yep.
I'm fine.
You're totally fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Did the blinded help Roland at all, or no? When he was
it turned
being attacked?
one of them into a miss.
Well, I guess that's good.
Which, to be fair, it would have been a crit on the one that was blinded. So it wasn't enough, but it did help negate a crit for what that's worth.
It does. Those are attacks that because otherwise it would have been the last one would have been him on the ground. He'd be even more wounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then he would have been at like dying 4 right now. He would have been like 1 away from death.
Yeah.
So he's not dying 2 now, but he is wounded 2.
That's my turn. That's all 3 actions.
Which I think
I am
wounded,
also wounded too, not dying too.
I think wounded does affect some stats. I can't remember. I'm just gonna put it on him. Sorry, don't forget. Okay. That's your turn. Gangini.
Is the Sandpoint the Spectral Devil's flying? Is that correct?
Yes, it is. It is flying. It is only about 10 feet off the ground right now.
Just do healing bursts. If you still can.
Do we only have 1 healing burst?
Oh, he might.
So, okay, I have 5 charges on my staff, and I did get a 3rd level heal from feats last level from my Oracle multi-class. So I do have another heal. I just don't want the Sandpoint Devil to like crit succeed and not die. So I'm just gonna
Don't you do it.
I'm gonna do
Don't you do it.
a 5th level Force Barrage.
God damn it. I fucking hate Force Barrage.
I'm debating how I want to divvy up the missiles. I'm gonna send 4 at the Sandpoint, the Spectral Devil, and 5 at the Bodak below Roland. Oh, hold on. That's not right. It's supposed to be plus 14 for that. So it'd be 22 to the Sandpoint Devil.
Okay.
And 24 to the Bodak below Roland.
Alright. 24 to this bottom one.
Yeah.
Okay. Not really on death's door yet, but getting closer. I will say, on that initial barrage, it's 8 plus 15?
14.
14. So, 22. The bolts kind of just slam into, like, its neck, its, like, leg joints, and its, like, center mass, and the Spectral Devil does shatter apart. Alright, it goes down.
That's 3 actions. That's my turn.
Lupin.
Alright, I think I'm gonna stay here, see if I might be able to take out at least this one. Alright, so let's go action. First action attack with the Monarch. 25.
25 will hit as you're flanking.
Alright.
Go ahead and add 3d6.
3d6. Alright. Alright.
So 24. The ones down here are getting pretty fucked up. Another hit like that
I'll
might
go ahead
finish
and use
him.
Precise Debilitation to add another 2d6. Alright. Alright, cool. Alright. Actually here, alright, so second action, second attack with map.
Another 6. Another
30.
hit.
Alright.
14. Add the d6s. Whoa.
Nice.
There we go.
You slam the Monarch into him. As he disperses back into his component parts, give me a perception check.
right? 21.
Um, 21. Okay. You feel as you like drive the star knife slicing through the bodak, you feel a tingle up your arm.
If there's a feel a tingle, maybe Lupin's kind of worried that something from this got stuck in his fur, so he's probably just like using his like free hand, just sort of like going like, thing off me.
Do you have a third action, or was that?
I still have one action, so I guess we could probably say my third action is him just trying to like whatever he thinks this tingly stuff is off his fur.
You think it's coming from the knife.
Ah!
From Monarch.
And he's like, it's like, all right, as like here, and then he sees that here, and he looks at the Monarch. Is it doing anything?
Give me. You already did the perception check this round, but I think you know something's up with it. You can try again next round.
All right. Let's see here. I guess would that count as my third action then?
If I'd say that's a free action to react like that if you want to like move or something.
All right. Yeah. Oh, I think I should have enough. So that's 5.
Oh, you could set up a flank for the other one for Roland.
15, way ahead of you.
Nice.
Hell yeah. You set up the
All
flank for
right. Yep,
Roland.
there we go.
It's gonna be his
Yep, that's my
turn.
turn.
He is effectively out of frightened right now.
I'll make sure to take mine off then as well.
And he is gonna just fucking try to vicious swing this bodak. 37 is the exact health the bodak had left as he just slams it apart. I guess he was prone from being unconscious, so he stands up and just fucking slices the bodak in half. His turn does start though, so I forgot to do it for Lupin. Lupin, give me a fortitude save, and I'll do one for Roland for the gazes.
All right.
You're both fine. Nothing happens. Totally good. We're gonna come back to Solvina.
Alright. I am going to use the heal from my Faith Tattoo to cast a 30-foot burst level 3 heal.
Whew.
Which I believe is 3d8 plus 24.
Alright, 30 foot. So everyone on this half of the room, basically.
Yeah.
DC?
24.
Both fail and take 32.
I don't think they take the plus damage.
8, I guess,
they?
yeah.
Yeah. Because I rolled 2 ones. Anyway, we all heal for 32, though. So.
Yeah, you guys are cooking.
That's nice.
Alright, the Bodaks. The 2 over here are dead. They are kind of single-mindedness in their intensity, but I think they are. It's been a couple turns. They're gonna go for their death gaze again. One is gonna look at Solvina. One is gonna look at Gangini. Maybe both of you guys give me a will save. Let me check the specifics here. Give me one sec. Okay. Solvina, you're gonna go up to drain 2. Or up by drain 2. And Gangini, you're at drained 1.
Okay.
Then they are both going to take a swing, one each of you. Ooh, pretty bad.
Does my doomed go up as well, or just?
No, your doom doesn't go up.
Okay.
You said, does 24 hit, Sylvina?
Yes.
Gangini. No, that's like a fucking 19. That I assume that doesn't hit.
No.
20 damage to Sylvina.
Okay.
That's the Bodax. It's Tarek now.
All right.
What's your plan?
Do I think these things seem particularly dexterous, like against saving against our spells and stuff?
Dexterous? You would think that's probably their worst save, to be honest. They're not fast.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna spend a focus point. And cast on the one next to Solvina. The Tempest Surge.
By the way, I probably.
What? I heard I prob and then it went away.
On stuff.
What?
So, I've expended basically all my non-con abilities at this point.
The one on the right, nat 1s, and the one on this one, crit fails
No.
as well.
It's single target.
Oh, sorry.
Just
Which one was it?
The one next to Solvina.
Okay, the first die I rolled was the nat 1, so I'm just gonna say they crit failed either way. It was shitty rolls. So 40 electricity to that one. He is below bloody now.
Alright, and on a critical failure, it's also clumsy 2 for a round and takes one persistent electricity damage.
Okay, 1 persistent electricity. It's clumsy. Alright, Gangini.
Okay. Is there
Second action. Sorry, I had one more action.
No. Yeah. Here. Go.
I'm gonna move to here and give this thing something else to a hit besides Solina.
Okay.
So the question I was about to ask was, can I fit a cone in between Tarek and Sylvina and not hit either of them? And I guess the answer is no now.
Sorry.
Yeah, not with that. Not with him there.
Guess I'm just gonna I'm gonna move. I'm gonna do the old rallying anthem, horn of blasting combo. So everyone gets a bonus to
AC
saving throws. I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Where's Horn of Blast do one action? Yeah, on this guy for 8 damage. Ooh.
It's on this top guy. 8.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He still has to make a save for it. He does fail though, so he takes 8. Lupin. You wanna make another perception check?
Yeah, sure. See if I can figure out what the fuck's going on with the Monarch here. 27.
You see that the butterfly etchings in the metal seem to be flapping their wings and moving, almost flying clockwise or counterclockwise, as if they're like flying from blade to blade. You also see that there is a small eddy of wind building around it.
That's like, all right, I guess that's kind of cool, but he's kind of got other things to worry about right now. All right, so we'll go. All right, I'll go ahead. Full movement, first action, move up here. Boop. All right, then I guess I'll go ahead and use another action to activate the Jade Bauble Talisman.
Nice, hell yeah.
All right, yep, wombo combo. Ooh. Then final action, melee attack with the Monarch.
All right, he's flat-footed effectively, reduces AC, and you get
37.
That is also a crit. So that's going to be 28 plus 6d6 because it's an undead and this is the Monarch. $28, so 49. Yes. Then I believe if you use your other ability to add the 2d6, that doubles as well, so it'd be 4d6.
All right, I'll just go ahead and roll 4d6 off the table here.
All right, effectively 59 damage. As you guys watch the Jade Bauble like flash, the Bodak like looks at Lupin, kind of like staggers back a little bit, and then you slam the fucking Monarch like across its legs and almost like collapses under the pressure. It's like rakes across both thighs.
So movement, activate the bauble, then attack. So that's my turn.
All right. Hell yeah, that was a good combo. Roland. What is Roland's speed right now? It's just 30 right now because it's not the bonus from earlier. But he does have the like fucking sudden charge thing.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 action, stride twice, and make a melee action. Does that even get him there? Yes, it does. He gets 60, that's 50. He's going to, like, sprint across the room, kind of, like, jumping nimbly over bones and treasure. Move the corpse out of the way. And take a swing. 26 is... not gonna hit right now. Second swing? That'll hit. Another 28. Sylvina?
Channel elements, and then I will fire junction Ash Strider to go through it and then move away. This will be DC 25.
Reflex?
Yeah.
It fails.
18 fire damage.
Alrighty. This one's looking the lowest so far.
I'm doing my best. I'm still not snapping, so.
Then...
Anyway.
Roll the Bodak's turns. The one... We're gonna roll for this. Okay, it's gonna be Tarek rolling. Tarek, 36.
That hit.
But it doesn't crit, right?
My AC's 27.
Nice, hell yeah. Oh, from the Anthem. So it stops the crit.
Well, no, so then would be 28.
Oh, it's a 28. Okay, that's crazy. Hit, and the next one will... You said it's 27 right now. Or 28.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be hit, and the one on Roland will miss. Your first hit is going to be...
What was the other one? What did the second one roll?
It rolled 28. Exactly.
Then what I will do...
Before I forget, the first hit is 21.
But doesn't he have the +1 from Rallying Anthem?
Yeah, it meets it. My total AC is 20.
With
I'm debating
the
if I
+1 is
use...
28.
Okay.
Yeah, ordinary is 27. I'm debating if I use Earth and Rampart. I don't think it's worth it. I'll just take the hit.
Okay, first one's 21. Oh, hold on. That did not roll well. Second one is 18.
That's fine.
The one over here, we're gonna roll for this again. They're not that smart. First hit, second hit, third hit. It's gonna be Sylvina, Lupin, Sylvina.
Okay.
Nat 1 Sylvina. Crits Lupin. And Nat 1 Sylvina again. What the fuck?
I mean, I need it.
Let's see. Alright, so it whiffs Sylvina completely on both strikes. It does manage to slam Lupin for 36. And that is the end of their turn.
Alright. My cat is attacking my feet. How badly injured is the one in front of me?
It's the worst of the two, but not death's door. You need like a decent hit to one-shot it.
Yeah, we have the entire team going before they do. I was debating whether I want to burn another focus point. And we can refocus and get those back. Yeah, it's time. So, going full huge-sized Tyrannosaurus this time.
Okay, huge size T-Rex. Hold on. Nope, that's Canis Rex. Oh yeah, we're gonna use the cool one from last time. I guess there. Okay.
One swing.
Go for it.
Where's my attack bonus at this level? I hate the way they do this. $34. But is that a crit?
It is not a crit, but it is a hit.
Okay. So 2d12 plus 6. 20 damage.
Alright, now he's like barely standing.
Okay.
Gangini.
That is my turn.
Barely standing, you say?
I do say.
Interesting. Let's just do 2 actions for Divine Lance and 1 action for Horn of Blasting.
Okay.
I don't imagine he's going to enjoy taking spirit damage.
No, he is not. Well, even anyway, he had like less than 14 left regardless. But the energy just like punches a hole through the center of the Bodak. Is down. Whoops, did the math wrong. There we go, down. We can say the horn just goes to this one.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize there were 2 left.
Yeah, I figured you were going for the injured one, the more injured one.
Yeah.
This guy will fail and take the 6.
These Horde of Blasting rolls have not been good.
They've been less than ideal for sure. Lupin.
Alright, let's see if I can take this thing down. Alright, first action, melee attack with the Monarch. 29.
Uh, 29 is definitely going to be a hit. 15 plus 3d6. Whew, god damn. Rolling hot on those.
And if I just finished off, I got 2 more.
And that will be enough as the Bodak collapses and the fight is over.
I just imagine it's like as like the like shine it up. It's like I don't know. I guess what flavor it's like here. Lupin's just sort of like it's this weird thing where it's like it looks like his body's just sort of like phasing in and out, and you just see him moving so quickly.
Hell yeah. That is going to be it's gonna be 70 experience and a hero point.
How much? So what does that bring us to? I forgot to record it for the genie.
I have 240.
Is that including the 50 from the genie?
Yeah.
So 240
is what I have.
with the 70 that just happened, or without?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
with the 70 that just happened.
Okay. Let's take a quick bathroom break, and then we will come back. Cool. I'll be right back.
Cool.
There we go. Okay. Cool. Now that you guys are done with that fight, I'm gonna give you some of that sweet, sweet loot that's in the Devil's Den. Alright. As you kind of spend a little bit recovering, and we can say like you do like healing stuff as you're doing this, kind of just poring over the various like pouches, leather belts and stuff that like adventurers have dropped over the years. In terms of coins, I'll type this in Roll20. You find 2,400 copper pieces, 500 silver pieces, and 88 gold pieces. Dozens of
How much
pieces,
silver?
I'll type it in the chat, but it's 500.
Okay.
Equal 120 gold pieces of jewelry. That is a treasure item.
You said the 2,400, and I got very excited until you said copper.
Oh, did they not include this fucking item in here? That's weird. Huh. Okay. Weird. I was gonna pop it up as a handout, but I guess they don't have it as a handout. Odd. Okay, I'll just put it in the chat then. There is a +1 Thundering standard grade. I don't actually know what standard grade means. I'm realizing right now as I type it. Adamantine Warhammer. Then there's the shield you guys spotted. The spined shield. That I do have a handout for. 5 jagged spines project from the surface of the steel shield. The spines are +1 striking shield spikes. When you use the shield block reaction with the shield, the spines take damage before the shield itself does. As in action, you can shoot one of the spikes at a target, which is pretty cool.
Cool. They regenerate the next day.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like that they shoot. It's a cool item. Then there is that silver scroll tube. Inside the tube, there is a scroll of disintegrate.
Ooh.
And a scroll of banishment.
Those seem pretty topical.
There is also a belt pouch that has a panacea. It's a shifting color potion. No one observes it in the same way. When you consume, it'll counteract all curses and diseases on you, as well as blinded and deafened.
Nice.
And apart from the so the panacea, spiked shield, 4 moderate elixirs of life, which I can pop up for you guys as well. It's not letting me pop it up, but moderate elixirs of life do 5d6 plus 12 and give +2 bonus to throws against disease and poison for 10 minutes.
Everyone's like, look, I'm telling you, it's red and black. I don't know what this blue and yellow shit you see it is.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. Then, last but not least, this I'm gonna make you roll a spellcraft check for. As this is a very special magic ring that you pull out. If you want to roll Arcana on that. Gangini, this is a Ring of Counterspell.
Interesting.
Rings of Counterspell are usually invested with a spell to counter. I believe you can do that as well. But this one is made specifically to counter Phantasmal Killer. Also just a sick item design that I like. Right. That is all items that are in here.
Cool.
Okay, so it just uses the spell. Okay, so I can just counter a 4th level spell with that. It's not bad.
Very nice.
I will say, as this battle ends, like the remnants of the flickering flame that expanded from the devil fade away. Anyone wants to give me a religion check?
It's like Lupin's still looking a little worse for wear. He's just like leaning up against the wall. He's taking out a cigarette and is just puffing away at it while he's still trying to figure out like what the fuck happened with the Monarch during that fight.
And I'll reroll for Roland too. You can make another perception check or an Arcana check, or a religion check, honestly, just on the blade.
I could actually do religion. I am actually trained in that.
I'm gonna let Roland use his boneyard lore here.
22.
The Monarch, being a relic, has unlocked more powers.
Nice.
You think if you kind of meditate on that tonight, you will know what those are. But you think that it'll let you cast some spells.
Okay.
Roland kind of looking around on this. He sees the remnants of the spirit here, and he's like, I've seen stuff like this at the wound. The devil could come back again unless we consecrate where we defeated it. Or where we defeated the spectral devil. So this room needs to have a consecration ritual cast on it to permanently banish the Sandpoint devil.
3 days to cast that ritual. I think we need to clear the floor before we do that.
Is it 3 days to cast it? That's crazy. But
It
yeah,
is.
I
then
believe
we
so,
probably
yeah.
have to clear the floor to do it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, cast 3 days.
Jeez. Where should I just? I'll just look it up.
I got you. 1 second.
Are you guys doing any healing right now?
Yeah, I was waiting till you were done with loot before.
You're
I
good.
started
Yeah,
rolling.
we're good for healing now.
All right.
Amusingly, I don't really need much because I lost like 65 hit points over the course of that encounter. Max hit points, that is.
Jeez. Yeah, what's Roland's max hit points at? Well, there's one thing we could do. Is we could make a quick jaunt, given the teleportation, we could make a quick jaunt back to town. I could try and find us a pair of level 4 scrolls of sound body, which heals banished. That would at least get you and Roland fit to go for the remainder of the day.
That would be expensive though, wouldn't it? I don't think that's worthwhile.
Let me see. 4th level. No, a 4th level scroll is only 70. It'd be 140 gold pieces.
That's still a lot.
I worry. I don't.
What is it?
I'm
What does it get
hesitant.
rid of? Doomed or drained?
Drained. Nothing I can do about the doomed.
Does it get rid of all of the drain or just reduce it?
It just says gets rid of drained.
Okay. I mean,
I think it's worth it because like we have just started and
drain
I don't
does
want to
only
waste
go
more
down by
days.
1 a day, so it would take 4 days for Roland to get back to max.
Right. Well, no, I would, and now I can cast.
For
sound
me as
body
well,
with-
I'm also drained for.
That's the thing. I can cast that, but I would need to wait till the morning because I don't have it prepared. If we can get a pair of scrolls, then we can make the use of the rest of the day. Is the thing. I don't. I'm a little reluctant to just do a one encounter and then right back out.
Okay, so we actually can't cast. We can't do ritual consecrate.
Why's not?
Oh, we don't all follow the same deity.
Ah.
I don't think
so
you all
we'll have-
need to follow the same deity. Just the.
Secondary casters. 2 must be worshippers of your religion.
Oh, okay. Well, then you'll have to try to recruit some of similar persuasions to you guys.
No, I think the idea is that we'll probably get Father Xanthus. We'd have to get Father Xanthus to do it, but we can't bring them down here until this place is cleared out. Do we know how long it would take for the Sandpoint Devil to remanifest? Or do we have an idea?
On a 35, I think Roland gives you an estimate of like 5 to 10 days.
Okay, so we need to work. I mean, we may have to fight it again. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it won't be able to. Hopefully, it can't resummon the Bodax. I guess
Yeah.
if they're already defeated.
I mean, we don't know how long it will take us to clear the floor.
Which is kind of another reason I don't want to. I'd like to go back to town real quick, get you both fixed up, and then keep pushing because I don't want to. We've spent a lot of time. There's been a couple different days where we've just done like 1 or 2 encounters and then bounced. I don't
Yeah, I mean, if we've got the gold to do it, I'm fine with it. But
think. I think at this point, because like I do, I'll front it if we have to. And actually, we've got enough gold that we just looted to cover that.
Okay, so
If
you
everyone
guys
else is
are
okay with
going back up the spiral stone stairs, teleporting out of here from the serpent chamber.
Well, no, I don't want to say we're doing it. Is everybody else okay with that? Before I, that's just my logic on it. If folks would rather we do something else with our day, we can do that. But I think the 140 gold is worth having another remainder of a day we can use.
It sounds like people are in favor.
That
of
would
it.
get both of them.
Yeah, one scroll for
It'd be,
each.
it'd be 70 gold for each scroll. And then I do medicine checks for that. Because like we just got down here. It's just like basically morning still. I would assume it's like mid-morning still, Ben.
It probably took a while to stone shape that stuff, but I'd say like 10:30.
I mean, what do the rest of you all think?
You know, I'd be fine with it. I've got a fair bit of gold I could throw in for one as well because I'm still at drained 3, which has me at 78 max HP.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this anyways, because like that would be all of my 4th level spells just to do the 3 of you at that point.
all right,
So let me look
get
at
it out of the way.
yeah. So let me add up how much we get from. We might be able to cover it all with just the change we found here.
It's 24 gold worth of copper and 50 gold worth of silver.
Okay.
So 74 copper and silver total plus 88, 162.
Okay, so that covers the first 2 scrolls, and then honestly, if we sell the jewelry, that's 280. That gives us 4 scrolls of it. Even if I'm only Beans, are you drained at all?
I'm drained 1.
Do you think you'll be okay?
I think I'll be fine.
Okay. So if we sell that in the jewelry, we can buy 4 scrolls of it. That way I can heal 3 of you straight away, and then we have a 4th on hand. And that way, none of
Mhm.
us have. This is just from the gold we found in this room here. We don't even have to sell any of the items.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, sounds good.
So yeah, I think if we're cool with it, then I think Ben, what we do is we would take a quick, is kind of double timing it, get back to town, can we get that many scrolls? I guess that's the other question. Can we get that many scrolls of?
I feel
Or I
like
guess even if
you could get as many as you want to pay for, personally.
okay. All right, because like I think that would be because like a 4th level sound body is going to be a big ask. I think of Father Xanthus. Or is that the case? Is that something they can treat?
I think on such short notice, it's probably the scrolls if you want it done today.
Okay, then yeah. We'll go ahead and spend the change that we find here. Because it would be 282. So I guess everybody technically gets 4 silver from the change. We spend 280 and get 4 scrolls of level 4 sound body.
You can take a gold, by the way, from me as part of my debt to you.
Okay.
So noble.
I'm gonna pay it off eventually here, okay?
I like the commitment.
All right. All right. So I'll put one of those scrolls in there, but I'll immediately cast 3 of them and then do medicine checks on everybody. So
Alright, so
all 3
we're not drained anymore.
you are no longer drained.
Yep, you teleport to town, get that done. Not drained. I'm gonna tick the drained off of Roland.
And then not wounded after the medicine checks.
Yeah, which so because I now have assurance medicine, I can auto 30 my medicine checks. So Roland will heal.
You also took assurance.
Yes. Roland will heal 35.
This doesn't
Sylvina.
seem correct. Let me check.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Sylvina will heal 42. Lupin.
It's a lot of healing.
Lupin will heal 40.
All right.
Beans, are you hurt?
I'm at my with the drain in account. I'm at my maximum health.
Okay. Then I'll do one more on me.
Can you get rid of the? Oh, I can. It's fine.
And I heal 41. So I'm back at full health as well.
Sorry, Roland was 35, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's at 103 out of 158. Alright, now the question is, are you guys going up to investigate the bottom of the pit? Or coming in another way? You know there's other ways in here.
Say again?
Are you going to investigate the bottom of the pit over there? Or going back up to the previous floor and looking for another way in?
Don't all of our ways in lead to this area?
I mean, this floor, certainly.
No, I meant this area on the floor, because as far as we saw, there were 2 ways. One which was the pit itself, and one which was the hole that leads into this room.
I think we rip off the band-aid at this point.
There was some other ways, but yeah.
Did we see any of those other ways?
Nah, I'm realizing I don't think you did, because of how you guys went around.
Do
right.
you want to do you want to just check it now?
Roland will run up there.
No, I'm asking the group. I'm not trying to dictate. Do we want to just go ahead and do it now, or do we want to look around some of the other areas first?
There's no other exits to this chamber.
Oh, alright then.
I'm trying to think where there even could have been another entrance to this floor. don't know. Anyway.
Then while we're in town, I would have taken the opportunity to refocus as well.
Okay.
So
That's
take 10 minutes for
very
that.
valid.
I assume Gengi, are you going to do the same?
Yeah. Yeah.
10 minutes well spent, I think.
Oh, oops.
I mean, I guess the only place I could think that maybe there would be ways down would be either in the fungus area or in the cog area.
Well, I will describe as you actually get into this room. I am going to describe this room a little bit more. You already blew the fog. Well, how long does your wind last?
How long is it?
It's been like, I mean, you guys left and went to go shopping in town, so like I feel like at least an hour.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it says it disperses fog and mist, but it doesn't like have a long duration for gust of wind. So I don't know how long it lasts.
I mean, I feel like it would probably, in this case, since it's not specified, disperse it for a while, but the pit is producing this fog.
Okay. Then probably it's back by now, would be my guess. But
all right. As you look around here, as you might notice compared to the other like gaps in the pit that we've seen, the diameter here is narrowed significantly at the deepest reaches of the pit. Some of the fog which you blew away, but there are traces of it which remain, leaving the walls and rocky floor damp with moisture. A set of ancient stone steps leads kind of up here next to you, where you would have come down otherwise. While a set of grooves carved into the wall create a sort of ladder leading up to the other side. There are two cave entrances, one to the south, this big one you just came from, and a smaller, like 5-foot wide opening over here to the west. You do see the like otherwise smooth wet floor. Again, you see this, what you now know is like a protection sigil, basically, inscribed here. It's like a 15-foot diameter magic circle full of different arcane geometries. If anyone wants to make a crafting check or a perception check or a religion check. Ooh, Sylvina smashing it there. Okay, let's start with Sylvina there. Sylvina, you realize that a lot of the faint runes that make up the surrounding circle are inscribed in Celestial and consist of 9 different prayers to the Imperial Lords. Imperial Lords are kind of like these demigod figures in... I believe I think it's either Heaven or Elysium, one of the two. But they're like good gods that are weaker than the main gods. It consists of those 9 prayers to watch over the area and keep it safe from evil. On a perception check there, you can tell this circle is on the downswing. Like, it is getting gradually worn away. Did anyone roll crafting on it? I don't believe so.
I can also roll it, but I don't know if I can roll 2 different skills on it.
You can roll. Yeah, I'd say you can roll crafting on it. You're just taking time to investigate it.
All right, it's a 6 on the die, but
does
that's
not
whatever.
quite reveal anything new on that. I'll roll it for
Okay.
rolling because I haven't rolled anything yet. Whee! Okay.
Ooh, how about a 14? Ooh.
Still not gonna do it.
I'm not trained.
At this point, I
Alright.
feel like I should just use one of my hero points to try and get the 21 higher.
Gengi, would you like to try to identify the magic of this ward?
Sure. How do you feel about a 29?
It's not gonna do it. You're gonna have to roll. You can't quite
Yeah.
tease apart the particulars on a 23.
Did just get
How-
a hero point from the last battle.
I was gonna say, how
We're
important do we
losing here.
think figuring out what this is?
I feel like this is the thing at the very bottom. I think it's still is worth something, and we're gonna lose it in 40
I mean,
minutes.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Supposed to be warding off evil. It's very clearly not working.
Can I use a hero point on my crafting check, Ben?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. $33.
Okay. On a 33, let's see what we can get here. You would estimate that this. Sorry, couldn't think of the word for a second. This magic circle is roughly 9,000 years old. That would make it post Earthfall, and therefore not Thessalonian in origin. Which means that Lyra LaRue did not do this.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know.
I mean, I guess I could use a hero point. I mean, fine. Use the hero point. Watch me get to 3 on the die.
Not this time.
Okay.
Okay, fine. You win, James.
38. So, the perception check made it seem like the physicality of this magic binding, like, sigil, was what is the efficacy of that's going down. It occurs to you now that this ward is not carved into the stone. Even if you smashed the floor here, that would not affect the ward. The ward is actually imprinted on the fabric of reality in this place. On a 38, you would assume that such a process would be designed to reinforce reality, the reality of the prime material plane, specifically to prevent energy leaking in from the abyss, the realm of demons and clip-offs. Presumably, for something like this to matter here, the pit must have already been a thin spot between the planes. You, on a 38, I'm going to say get one piece of information here. It does still seem like the rune's efficacy is decreasing. That could only be done if needs and whims of those of the Abyss were taking direct action to fight against this sigil. Either from this side or the other. But they are actively working at eroding this barrier.
Well, that's probably not good.
That's really not good.
Assuming I just can't pull out a repeat of this 9,000-year-old ritual out of my ass.
You think it's extremely unlikely. This is like an insane mixture of divine and arcane magic. Like, this is some high level arcana.
So, you see Tarek stiffen up for a second, because hearing Gangini discuss this, because I think as he puts something together. And I look over at Lupin. That hawk you were talking about. Was that not described as something to do with the Abyss, one of the demon lords?
There was thoughts that red and winged creatures were
I
related to
I was thinking
Pazuzu,
it was Pazuzu. Yeah, I was thinking it was Pazuzu.
which I believe, yeah, that's Sylvania brought that up.
Yeah.
A red hawk. That doom comes for Sandpoint on red wings.
Yep.
As Tarek kind of says that, you feel like a cold wind kind of blow through the pit.
Wait, just to see if we are on the same page, are you guys saying that red is Pazuzu?
I think something.
Yes, that is exactly what we are saying.
Okay, I just had to make sure
Well, I
I
don't
was
think so.
following.
I don't. No. That's not what I was implying.
No.
The something to do with that hawk. If that is to do with Pazuzu, whether it's what red has to do with this, I'm not sure. I
Don't
think we
think
may
red
have know
has
what our
anything
final
to do
doom.
with
I
it.
think we know what the final doom is.
Yeah, but we still have to deal with
Ghouls.
the ghouls.
Yes, hello. What do we do against Pazuzu?
Well,
Just
Well,
we'll get there when we get there.
Tarek
that
kind of
seems like a problem.
Tarek kind of motions to the floor. Perhaps this is how perhaps a solution to reinforce the wards will reveal itself to us. If
Yeah.
this is indeed, if the doom coming to Sandpoint is indeed Pazuzu, indeed a demon lord, then nothing we do can fight that. Perhaps reinforcing this barrier in reality is how we make it happen.
Yeah. But let's
Let's finish exploring here.
yeah.
And then we need to figure out if there's no ghouls to be had here, or if in this milk farm or anything, then I think perhaps we need to head back down into the crypt.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Alright. There is a stone door down the small hallway here.
Alright. Roland probably should open that.
Is it locked?
Doesn't appear to be.
I'll be here so that I can give Roland the speed boost and then throw him if need be.
As the door creaks
Stack up.
open, you see a second door in a small antechamber.
Oh god damn.
Before we go in, Roland's still down like 50 hit points, right?
Yeah.
Do we want to give him one of those elixirs of life? That way he has the buff from it going in and it gives him a bit more healing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
fine.
So he'll heal 5d6 plus 10.
Yeah. Hmm.
28 as an interesting roll.
That is a weird roll.
I guess it's like
Kind of
0.5
technically
above average.
It is technically above average.
I guess, yeah.
And then he gets the disease resistances.
All right. Got the disease resistances. He goes up 28. I'm gonna actually give him another one of his potions, to be honest.
Okay, that might actually be big money if there's ghouls down here.
Yeah. All right. Let's open the door.
Are we expecting like something to immediately be beyond the door? You know what? I'm just
Yes.
gonna. As he opens the door, I'm gonna cast bless. How about that?
Yeah.
Bless sounds good.
Okay.
And even if it's not, that's a level 1 spell. That's fine.
Hashtag bless
Yeah.
for sure.
It is my singular level 1 divine spell, but you know, whatever.
All right.
You can't go wrong with the
Let's-
classics.
Let's see what's up.
Actually, before he opens it, I'm gonna make a listen. Do I hear anything on the other side?
Give me a perception check.
Probably not.
It's a bad perception check, my guy.
It is a bit. You know what? I've got 2 hero points, and we're almost out of time. I'm gonna spend one.
Can't carry them over between sessions usually, so.
There we go.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna read about the room before you guys do anything. But it is well lit.
Oh my!
That looks like
Twin.
Deeply problematic number of ghouls.
I want to step rolling
think
forward
those
just
are
one square so we can see the little things I'm describing here. Twin statues of a leering figure with pointed ears, sharp teeth, and cloven hooves stand opposite and facing each other, flanking the path to a stairwell. The stairs, 15 feet wide, lead down into a large chamber, lit by numerous green fires that flicker in skulls made into lanterns. A mound of thousands, if not tens of thousands, of writhing, slithering maggots sits in a large bowl-shaped basin in the center of the room. 2 long stone tables stand to either side, each heaped with bones and body parts. You can't see them all from here, but you can tell from the angle of the light and the shadows, this chamber is lined with numerous alcoves, most likely, based on the scenery, perhaps burial niches. You can also see that there is a set of double stone doors to the south of the room. And those doors have been designed in such a way that it almost looks like 2 immense gravestones side by side, each carved with epitaphs.
oh god, is this what I think it is? Those aren't ghasts. Those are oh no. I may or may not have done some reading of the religion book that I got. And I think I know what is going on here.
As
Are we dead?
You
Aliens.
enter, or kind of open the door, the ghast at the head of the table down here kind of looks over at you, and they don't seem like immediately hostile. They're not running at you, but the ghast gives like a sardonic smile and just like, if it isn't the heroes of Sandpoint, or at least the newest batch, you finally deigned to bask in the Corpselight and partake of the feast. You see one of them pull out what looks like a wet purple organ out of its pocket, holding it up, and takes one step towards you guys, kind of towards the bowl of maggots here. And he's just like, here, hold this in your mouth. If you can hold it for 2 minutes without becoming sick, then you may pass. We will not impede your way. You will be free and indeed blessed to cross through the doors and take part in the putrefacitions of Cabriri. If I want to say a religion check, they could do that. I'm gonna give it to Sylvina, somewhat. Or okay, you can roll, get more detail.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a hero point.
Problem I see is that one way or the other, I feel like roll. Oh my goodness.
Lovely.
All right. You don't know much about him or his rituals, but oh, actually, hold on. I think doesn't Roland have good religion? I'll try him too. See if we get a bit more information.
Problem is that I feel like Roland might be in full-on frothing Black Templar rage right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's terrible religion, actually. Yeah, okay. I'm playing Roland right now, and I think I'm gonna say even he would hesitate at 8 ghasts, presumably.
I mean, I assume these guys are priests of Cabriri, but
I'm gonna say on 23, and you with the 24. You
or
would
clerics
have
of Cabriri, I guess.
heard of Cabriri. Cabriri, also known as him who gnaws, is the demon lord of ghouls, graves, and secrets kept by the dead. Also, this probably isn't gonna come up. Well, it might later, but I need everyone to know that most of the gods and demon lords in Pathfinder have their own specific realms in the outer planes. His realm is called the Everglut.
Huh.
Which, whoops, spelled wrong. Which is just a fucking great name.
I'm getting big Nurgle energy here.
All right. Are we gonna try and kill these guys, or are we gonna try and?
I think that's the DM just gave us a big angry hint that may not be wise.
Hey, you can try to take him.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
No, I'm in.
If Roland is hesitating, then I think that's
Yeah.
that's a sign, I think.
All right.
I don't know. We got Bless going on. I think we can do it.
Who do you guys think should try and? It's probably gonna be Roland or I who's gonna have to do this, right?
Yeah, I have an 18 con as well, but I think you guys have the natural
I have 20 con.
Oh, all right. Well then, yes.
Would you like
And
to?
I auto. Well, I'm not. Does this seem like it would be a religious ritual, right? Like, do I think it would be against my faith to do this?
I don't know if it's necessarily like written into the tenets of your faith.
No, I know.
But it is like a
would
different
this be,
god's
like-
ritual.
Yeah.
Or at least this sect has a ritual like this.
Anyway, would you guys prefer if I did it because Roland isn't here, or?
I also think it's kind of in character something that Sylvina would do, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Maybe, I wonder if she might think of it as her proving the superiority of her faith over somebody else's ritual.
Yeah, that's very possible. All right, I'll do it.
All right, I've got channel points.
All right.
All right, Sylvina, do you approach? Yeah. The one guy holding the weird organ is gonna stride towards you to meet you halfway.
Yeah, I'll approach.
Okay. As you have a better angle in the room now, Sylvina. Before you do anything, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Ooh, fucking smashed. This was a hard one to see, too. The DC was 30. There's a secret door to the north, opposite the gravestone doors.
Okay. It's good.
Follow-up question. Now that you have a better line of sight on it, do you speak Necrol? Or whatever the fucking new version is called.
I think so.
Okay. You see kind of like spread across the it's actually like one large epitaph across the tombstone doors. It says in Necrol, the language of the dead, "Step forth, my hungry child, and be baptized in the first putrefaction. Let the shadows soothe your rancid flesh and creaking bones."
Well, that sounds not ideal.
Not promising.
He offers you the purple organ. It's about the size of like a peach pit, but it's like wet and like oddly patterned. If you would like, you could give me a medicine check. I guess would be the closest thing.
I'm really bad at medicine, but sure.
I just don't worry. They ripped out an organ of something.
Yeah.
Can I, from where I'm standing, can I see or not?
I'd say you can
No, that's-
try. I mean, they already know you guys are there. If you want to like move slightly into the room, I would
Stay
say
here.
going much
I'll
down
try.
the stairs might be too much for them.
Yeah, I will hold at the foyer. I want to see what this is if I can. 4 on the dice, so I can't tell from here.
I don't think you know from what. I think you know that this is a sorry, yeah, it is a scent gland of some kind.
Out of curiosity,
Yep, go ahead.
for on either of the two tables, do I see any garments that look like they might have been Caleb's?
I feel like you don't.
Okay.
It's mainly just like meat and bones mostly. So here's the next step, Sylvina. You're gonna have to. He's holding it out. You're gonna have to step to him. The first thing you're gonna do is make a fortitude save as you enter the stench of the ghast.
Okay.
This room smells fucking horrendous. You're taking this at a -1 penalty because it's like compounding his stench.
Okay. 33.
Fucking smashed it. Alright, fully ignore his ability. He offers it to you. He says, "You must keep it in your mouth for 2 minutes without being sick."
Okay.
Alright. Do you pop it in your mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to roll all of the saves? I'm going to make you save at once, or go one at a time.
You mean either like one for it?
Oh,
or...
you're going to make multiple fortitude saves. Do you want me to tell you how many it is, and you roll all of them at once, or do you want me to keep feeding them to you?
Let's do them all at once.
Okay. Give me 20 fortitude saves.
Okay.
Just do /R like 20 d20, and we'll know what your bonus is added to. This is certainly possible, especially for you. What is your bonus?
My bonus is 21.
21? Okay. Only the nat ones will fail.
Well, I have channel points for one of the nat ones.
I have some
So
for a
if we
second.
have 2 for if someone has channel points for the last one, then we can reroll all the nat ones.
Beans or Lupin, do you guys have enough to roll the third one? Hello?
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 Is there someone who can do the third one?
Yeah, it looks like I have some.
Okay, so one from Nyx, one from James, and one from Beans.
All right.
Oh,
good.
snap.
Ooh! What a recovery on the nat 20. Sorry, what were you saying, James?
I said nice, is what I said.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, someone in chat gave me the third one.
Yeah, it was
that
me.
Beans.
It was Beans.
Oh, okay.
That would have been nice. That would have been cool too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Insane. Literally the ideal person to do this.
Yeah, no, I've got, especially because I crit succeed on any that I normal succeed on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. You crit succeed all of them.
I think probably while I'm
This-
doing this the entire time, in my head, I'm just praying to...
Just praying on loop.
Yeah.
This, let's be clear. You didn't get sick. You didn't throw up. This was still awful. This is like the
Yeah.
worst thing you've ever tasted in your life.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's gonna be a miracle if I don't catch like 30 diseases.
Yeah.
You see the ghast like looking in surprise at this. As the others are kind of muttering in the background. And like the one at the front is like, all right, just tell her she can spit it out now. The ghast like holds his hand back out, like he wants you to give it back, even though it's been in your mouth.
Yeah, sure, I'll give it back.
He takes the
And I'll-
dripping like saliva covered organ. And just tucks it back into his pocket. Just keeps it.
I'm going to probably like immediately take a drink from the fancy flask that I got way back.
Yeah, for sure. Just a
I
deep
immediately
swing
try to
from the
sterilize
flask.
Yep.
Um,
And I'll walk back up to where Tarek and Roland are.
I'm gonna let you guys know something crazy on the back end of this. They are gonna honor their deal here in a second and let you guys go through that door. If you had fucked with them and the fight had gone badly, they would chase you like all the way to the edge of the fucking plateau. At the very least.
Oh my god.
They were fucking committed.
Will they let us through the door at the top or just the doors at the bottom?
Give me a perception check as a sense motive.
Not very good at that.
Anyone else want to try?
I'll try it.
Tarek, I think, well, first of all, I think on your perception checks, you'll be able to notice there's a door here. It seems they are purposefully obfuscating the fact that there is a door up there. They do not want you to go through. They don't want you guys to know it exists.
Okay, good to know.
I feel like
That's a later problem.
I would like, if possible, to quickly whisper on the wind to Wolgar
Okay. What do you
and
whisper to
ask
him?
him if he. Do you know what a quote ritual of putrefaction is?
What's the fucking range of whisper on the wind again? I know I ask every time.
The planet, I think.
It's like planet Galarian.
I believe. Yeah, I think currently it's planetary.
It better
No,
not
no.
gain the interplanetary property. There's no fucking air in space.
Well, no. Sorry. It's not currently planetary. It's let me remember what it is currently, but it becomes planetary plus the plane of air.
That's so funny. It just echoes through the plane of air.
It's currently a mile.
You're gonna make me. Hold on. We're gonna have to measure this out. Let's tab over real quick to the hinterlands. The pit to the old light, which is Sandpoint. Nah, that's like 3 miles.
Okay. Unfortunate.
I think you send that whisper, but you just don't get a response back.
Yeah. Okay.
Which at least means he's not here.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I think you, with your powers, you'd be able to tell. He's not like ignoring you. Like the message did not reach him.
Yeah.
So you don't think it hit it, and he's just like, I'm not gonna fucking answer that. Okay. I mean, they back away. Kind of take some steps back at the table to make room for you guys to head to the door.
All right. Do we plan to go through, or do we plan to?
Let's
Out of
look.
character. Like, what's the?
I mean, there's no other place to go down here, is there not?
Not that you've seen.
Yeah. Well, there's the upper door that they don't want us to go through.
Correct.
Oh, besides that, nothing we've seen out in the bottom of the pit, I guess I should say.
I mean, I feel like we got the free go through, so we should take it.
Yes. And also, while we're I don't think this is a fight we want while we're drained. I mean, a couple of us are drained, and a couple of us are doomed. So, I mean, like, yes, we're in better fighting shape. 8 guests was not a fight I had in mind.
I agree with that. I do think, though, that while they're all clumped up is kind of like the perfect time for us to fuck with them.
I get
Just
it.
because we can do big fireballs. But
I think we avoid that if we can for right now. Oh, hang on, my
yeah,
headset.
I agree. Let's go through, I guess. The other thing that I worry about is just that if we go through and something goes wrong, they're gonna block our way out. You know?
I would say move up to where you want to move up to. Anyone who gets within 10 feet of that bowl of maggots is going to make a fortitude save.
I mean, that's gonna be all of us as we go through.
Yeah.
I do think you guys get the sense, looking at it close up and looking at kind of the scattered remains of maggots around it, that's their bath.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah.
would you guys like to know the fun game they like to play with the scent glands among themselves? They like to roll it around their mouth while the others say a 2-minute prayer to Cabriri, and the goal is to avoid puncturing the gland with their extra sharp teeth, and the others like cheer if they can do it.
Whatever floats your boat, I suppose.
What was I gonna get? Like whatever the ghoul disease is if I failed the saves?
You definitely would have gotten the ghoul disease. You would have been like sickened for a long time.
Luckily, I do have a second level sound body prepared.
Alright.
So, which I will probably spend on you before we call it a day, anyways. Simply because at
we're
the
gonna
end
call
of
it in a
the
second.
in-game.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean the in-game day.
Oh, okay.
Because I even Tarek would be like that. That's not sanitary.
Yep.
All right.
Alcohol only does so much to bleach whatever was in there.
Fortitude save, you said, Ben?
Yeah.
Hope I'm fine.
You're both good. Barely good, but it's good. Okay.
Open the door.
The doors open.
What did I see?
Alright, here we go. This first room, a pair of 5-foot wide staircases wind down from the northern side of the room. A large wooden door, again designed to look like gravestones etched with an epitaph, stand in the southern wall. To either side a lantern made from a skull flickers with green fire from its eye sockets. You guys remember that the message carved into the doors you just went through was "Step forth, my hungry child, and be baptized in the first putrefaction. Let the shadows soothe your rancid flesh and creaking bones."
Yeah,
As
so
you,
Sylvina's just in her head praying the
Yeah.
entire time.
There is a like rippling layer of shadows here, like as if shadows were made into almost a liquid covering the floor in just like an indiscriminate depth. Like you cannot see the floor bottom. You just know that those stairs lead into like a pool of darkness, and you see the doors kind of floating there.
I hate it.
What do you guys do? Or do you want to call it there and tackle it next time?
Why don't we call it a hero? We think about our life choices.
Yep.
Okay. Well, are you worried about the shadows of the Everglut?
Yes.
Just a bit. Just a bit.
We love when a hazard comes with the unique keyword.
I mean, we've still gotta deal with this thing up top at some point.
All right, those watching will be back next week. All right, see ya.